little collective.
Yep.
But yeah, I got the box.
Yeah. Yay, that one didn't get smashed on the way.
Yeah. But no, I'm excited to open that up. I mentioned it when you probably saw the tweet, but yeah, I mentioned it that we'd do an exclusive box opening.
As always, I hope it made it through the postal service okay.
It looks like it did. So
I'm always worried about when things go through the postal service because they don't care. They literally do not care. If you go to UPS, that's even friggin' worse. Though I think FedEx is the absolute worst because I had a buddy in one of my classes that worked at one of the FedEx things. And he was telling me stories about how they just like drive the forklift into a giant pallet of boxes, wreck a whole bunch of shit, and then all they had to do was file a report and whatever. Like, dude, that's not cool.
That's no good.
Like, I'm glad I don't order through FedEx much at all.
Yeah.
But then again, I got another buddy that works at UPS who said he's had to fire. Well, he's in HR. He said he had to fire people for you know, dude, what was it? Their direct supervisor wouldn't go over and tell him to stop throwing the boxes. So him, as HR, walked over and was like, "Hey, man, how you doing? Why are you throwing all the boxes? You know you can't be doing that, right?"
Yeah. Hey, I have to run upstairs real quick. I gave you control just in case, but
okay. I'll just like have another Yoshi Eat stream.
There you go. That sounds good. Duke said he'd be here soon. Yeah, Duke said he'd be here soon. I just need to run up and put the little guy to bed. So I will be right back.
Okay. Did I get another message? Let's go check the Twitters. It's this page. It's a sauce.
Hey, Yosh.
Hey, sauce.
You're just on here by yourself?
Yeah, I was talking to Musty, but then Musty kind of went and like goofed away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll join you. I'll join you.
Yeah, you missed Yoshi Eats.
No. What was Yoshi eating? Sushi?
Taco crap.
Well, tacos are good.
It's not tacos. It's like the walking taco things you get from Sheetz.
Like an empty taco or something like that? Or what
No, they take like a bunch of Doritos and they put them in there, and then you get a whole bunch of shit on top.
Okay.
So it's kind of like nachos, but not nachos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like a taco salad, but not a taco salad. Who cares? It's chips with bullshit, with like taco shit on top.
That's good.
Yeah, I try not to eat this crap anymore.
Ugh, you got to. It tastes great.
I mean, you'd hate me. I like avoid ketchup in most places because they use the ketchup that has the gross shit in it.
Ketchup with gross shit.
Yeah, high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, that's the good stuff. So it makes the ketchup taste so good.
Dude, I got ketchup with actual sugar in it. Best ketchup ever. Actual sugar.
I'll have to try it.
Eat natural sugar.
I'll be the judge of that.
Sure.
I do love my ketchup.
Ketchup nerd.
Mmm. Tastes so good. That's why. So what was wrong with Musty's Master System? I heard you fixed it.
I did fix it.
What was wrong with it?
Postal Service didn't screw it up for me.
I think he said it's fine.
The box is fine.
Mm-hmm. What was wrong with it?
Solder joints.
Uh,
It's one of those things where I open it up and look at it. I'm like, well, this all looks okay. And then I flip it over and look at it. Well, this all looks okay, but I better look at it under a microscope.
Am I on?
yes, you are.
You are.
Hey guys.
I don't know why I have to send you individual invites to get you in here. That's really strange.
Must be a New Zealand thing.
Hmm.
How is everyone?
We might
Pretty
have to
good.
stop it.
I'm just checking Discord because I haven't checked on Discord at all day today.
So, I got good news for you, Rocket Sauce.
What's that?
Yeah, I think I'll build you and Musty a small unit.
Cool. I like the sound of that.
Awesome.
To play tests. But I want honest feedback. Tell me if it's crap and all that shit and what needs improving.
I'll tell you exactly what. I'll give you 100% honest feedback on how just a wide variety of games that I think would be affected that people probably would want to see and use.
Yeah.
And I would also probably bring it to my friend's house too, just to get a second opinion if I'm seeing stuff correctly. Because I have a lot of friends who play retro games too. So.
Yeah, sweet. All right. Probably won't be ready till August or that, but yeah.
With the one that we were talking about, having like all of the major stock cable options, I think might, because you're probably getting the RGB stuff out of Rocket, right?
Whatever you guys want. I mean, I know Rocket wants his RGB for his N64 and a few other things. So
yeah, I mean, I don't have anything that outputs RGB, so that wouldn't do me a whole lot of good. But I know there would be plenty of people who would want to be able to do composite and the other, S video and.
Musty, you just said you don't have anything that outputs RGB. I'm betting you just lied.
I'm betting he does, but I bet he has nothing that displays RGB.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's that.
Your
Because
Master
you have
System
a PS2?
displays RGB. Your Genesis does.
Do you have an
Super
Xbox?
does.
Xbox has RGB SCART cables.
But I do not have them.
he has an Xbox, yeah.
Yeah,
I have too many Xboxes.
I don't know. I picked up another N64 today.
There you go.
And I was like, yeah, it works for like 5 minutes and then dies. Great.
You'll fix that.
Oh, this is Hodge.
Hopefully,
Oh
it's
no,
not.
this is Duke.
Yep.
Duke.
What's going on?
Hey, Duke.
How's it going?
Okay.
Tired.
Good. I got Yoshi mail today.
Oh man.
Yeah, I heard.
Was
I
this
saw
gonna be
that.
was it gonna be an opening today or for your pickups?
It was part of it. Yeah.
I got like one pickup. Well, I already shared the one pickup, but who wants to see an N64 that's in bits?
I do.
That's
No,
what.
you want me to get to your N64s.
Well, I like the system.
I don't have much else left on the list at the moment.
So Duke, were
I just-
you talking about comics or something else?
Comics.
It was comics. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to
Remember, I think you were there. That was when I held up my Empire Strikes Back oversized comic. Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah. Okay. I remember now.
That's the clip that he stole. That's funny
That
though.
was funny. That was good.
Not as funny as Rocket Sauce's rendition of Enter Sandman though. I was dying. That was
What?
hilarious.
Did you
But
listen to it yet?
No, well, today was my second day on the job, and I wasn't sure how podcasts would be listening to podcasts would be accepted at this new job.
Especially a Fandango right off the bat.
Well,
Probably.
well, I'm also doing a lot of training right now at the moment, and
Oh,
yesterday,
yeah, you got your new job, yeah.
yesterday I was filling out paperwork all day at our Madison building, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. So it was like a whole day of that, and then today was all day training. So it wasn't like I had me time like I normally am going to have, where I can pop in my headphones. So I can't say I'm gonna listen to any podcasts until maybe the end of the week. I don't know how long training's gonna go for. They told me I can listen to the stuff when I'm by myself and just working on stuff, but
What do you do?
I do IT support, so
Oh, okay.
technical support. So, but like I said, just with learning this whole new system, it's a much bigger building, way more clients. I'm going from probably having 50 to 60 clients to having about 400 to cover. Granted, now I'm not by myself anymore. I have about 5 other people in my department, but like I said, I'm still trying to learn a whole new system. So I'm probably being training. I don't know for a couple weeks at least, but I imagine I'll have time eventually to come up to where I can catch up on all these podcasts.
I take it you're one of those computer networking guys.
I'm not in networking. I'm just in technical support. So when stuff breaks, I take it apart and put it back together.
You ask if they plugged it in.
Oh, I might go get a beer. You just remind me of beer.
Did you reset the router?
Yeah, so you have to tell people to plug it, turn it off, and turn it back on again.
Eventually, I know it's
Well, the IT crowd.
that's part of it. We were doing a couple things.
Service. Did you turn it off and turn it back on again? Yes, I tried that already. I would have not have called you to try that.
I know one of the few things I did do was take apart a printer and put it back together in an attempt to in Frankenstein apart some parts because the part no longer exists anymore unless I want to order from Canada. There you go.
Oh, Canada.
Left over from the musty dip.
Yeah. How about you liked it?
Oh, yeah. I had it for 5 days in a row. I had it on toast. I had it on I put it on top of a pie like sauce. I had it with everything.
There
I
you
had barbecue ribs with it.
Get in your box. I give you that.
That is excellent. That's yeah. So far, so good. I think everyone who's had it has been on board.
Well,
I need to come up with a. Was it Matt Bandy asked if there was a non-beer option? I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I'm just
You
trying to
could
think
just use a non-alcoholic beer.
Does he just not drink alcohol?
I told him I'm like,
that's
you
why
ever do beer broth? Because you could do beer broths and then use the beer from that. I don't know. if there'd be any lingering brat taste.
Well, there is non-alcoholic
Yeah.
beer. If that's of the alcohol, is he straight edge? I think he might be straight edge.
That was the comment that he made. Was he's more
Straight edge
like that. So
well, they said buy Sharps or O'Doul's.
What's straight edge?
NA.
Yeah, or O'Doul's.
There's plenty of options, but
What's straight edge? Is it a brand?
No, it's
No, it's that one.
No drinking, no drugs,
yeah, no drinking, no drugs.
no smoking.
Basically keep your body clean from toxins and whatnot.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
That's me. I guess I'm straight edge then.
You don't drink.
Never.
You don't do drugs. I don't believe that.
No, never have.
Well, that's like what's it called? Well, would you try Musty's dip even if it had beer, even though it has beer in it?
Oh yeah, I would have like beer in it as an ingredient in something. Sure.
Like if you cook
that's a drug.
You're making a
I mean,
bowl like this size, like that deep, like
yeah.
it's trace. Like
I'm sure the
probably
dip
have
itself is a drug.
You know, you're not gonna. Yeah.
Hey man, television's a drug.
caffeine.
Caffeine is a drug. I had
Worst
some
of them all.
morning. I'm back on
Yeah,
coffee.
I gave up caffeine too.
I used to.
You might be close to being straight edge then, Duke, because that's part of the lifestyle, I believe.
I never heard that term before.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was.
No, but you can't be straight edge unless you listen to like, what is it? Like hardcore punk.
I don't listen to
Isn't
hardcore
this-
song.
There's some
There's
straight
extreme
bands.
straight edge gangs, man. There's like straight edge gangs that go around bashing up drug takers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
all that kind of stuff.
Then do they go to like Whole Foods and get the salad bar or something? Or?
Like, no,
I'm not
man,
familiar.
you can't eat that
Listen to Minor
salad.
Threat then, Duke, because they were like the first straight edge band.
What?
Listen to Minor Threat. They were like the first straight edge band.
Oh,
I think they
I've
kind of
never heard.
developed the lifestyle just because they want the idea behind it is just to keep your body clean. That's the whole thing is you don't want to,
Well, I kind of adopt that, but I've never heard the term straight edge.
Yeah. No, I
It's
think
a label.
I've never heard of a straight edge gang.
Got to label it. It's got to have a name.
I seen there was a what do you call it, like a gangland on like some straight edge band gang in Boston that was going around.
Is there
You
like
know, drug
vegan?
dealers.
Do they fight
Yeah,
like
it's
vegan gangs?
No,
It's a documentary. It's pretty good.
yeah.
This CrossFit gang.
Is there
They
a
get
three-way
tattoos like
Hey
two
man,
hands like that.
hey man, those CrossFit gangs, all they do is work out, man. All they do is
A
work
straight
out.
edge gang just sounds like a bunch of people who walk up to people smoking at stores and go, "Hey, stop that!"
I've heard a story. I forgot there was some straight edge punk band. I know this kid in high school went and saw, and he started smoking at the concert. And someone I think like what's called like threatened to beat him up or something at it. Basically, it was like, "Hey, get that shit out of here!"
Weird.
That was way back in the day. But you gotta know that if you're going to see a straight edge band, you probably should be smoking in a mosh pit.
You probably shouldn't be smoking anything in
Yeah.
a straight edge concert. You probably shouldn't even be going outside to smoke a cigarette at a straight edge concert.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Straight edge content.
I like the idea behind it, but I like beer too much. So
I don't know. I gave
You also
up.
live in Wisconsin, so there's that.
I gave up alcohol. I don't know.
Yoshi straight edge.
No.
Yoshi
Where's
smokes.
the mohawk?
Yoshi loves the weed, man.
He does way too much yoga.
Does Yoshi sound straight edge?
Gotta get that yoga on, man.
You're almost there, Yoshi. The yoga.
man.
Keep calm and down, dog.
Good, just wanting to work off those munchies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Excuse me.
I see someone building a board. I see lots of
Oh,
little
yeah.
things on stuff.
Yeah, that's me. I'm working on this HDMI splitter.
Yeah, I wish I had the energy to walk over to my lab and do stuff, but it's like a mess with a school experiment that I have to do, and I'm just like, I don't want to finish this bit because then I have to sit here and calculate a whole bunch of crap.
Have you read that manual you sent me yourself?
Dude,
Any of it?
a couple pages.
It's like, fuck, you like read a page, you're like, all right, I'll get back to it. No, I swear I'll read it later. You just got to force yourself. It's not fun, that one.
Dude, no data sheet is fun to read. I was reading like
Oh, no, but
fire data sheet earlier. Holy crap. It's so boring.
I think I can relate right now.
It's like
oh, yeah.
books.
Yeah, I got that part.
I have enough of that. I gotta stop trying to do so much stuff. I got my first calculus test back today. It didn't go so well.
You passed though, still, you said?
Yeah, I got a 72. If that's passing. I don't know. I considered failing. But whatever.
You know 3/4 of what you're doing.
About.
I think I must be
If I would have made it,
this entire thing.
if I would have made it to the review for it, I would have been okay. I didn't make the review for it, and I took it a week and a half late. So by the time I took it, I had forgotten most of the shit. That's how.
Do you get any multiple choice shit?
Not in calculus.
Oh, that'd be so good. You're like, well, I've got 1 in 4 chance.
Flip 2 coins. Hold on. Let me use my binary thingy. Click. It says I should do it. Just build up a little randomizer circuit. See what it says.
Oh, so Musty, you there?
Nope, he's one of the 2 we've lost since Yoshi started talking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I scared people off.
What you were saying about eBay disputes? Anyone ever had one?
I mean, I've complained about getting crappy products on eBay before, and usually what happens is the seller just refunds me right away and doesn't send shit back.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it seems like it. I haven't ordered enough shit on eBay to have to worry about that.
But generally, the buyer always wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another
I don't get much choice here.
I've got like 2, maybe 3 things off of eBay in my life.
Yeah, I've had a pretty good record so far as well. Just this one came. It was not a good game, but I wanted it to complete the collection. But I'll show you. There's my pickup, but it's not exactly a pickup because it doesn't work.
Yeah, I just got a pickup today.
It's not your pickup, it's your throwaway.
It's Will Harvey Presents The Immortal.
So I got a pickup today. Oh, that's not exactly a cheap game either, I don't think. Have you opened it inside?
No, not yet. I broke my NES tool, so I'm waiting for one to get here. That was also off eBay. $3.
Yeah. I think I bought one a long time ago, and it's lasted maybe like months.
It's from a place called JJ Games.
Is that a homebrew or something?
This?
Yeah, the Mortal game.
No, that's an actual NES game.
Yeah,
I never heard of that.
But I got this.
It's Electronic Arts. It's a dungeon crawler like Diablo.
I can now cheat on Super Nintendos. Yay. And no, I don't pay $10 for it.
Is that like steroids for your game? Does that make you a drug cheat?
The Game Genie. This end goes in your Super Nintendo, and you put your game on that end.
You're no longer a gamer straight edge.
I know, man.
It's worse than easy mode.
Come on. I didn't pay $10 for it. I like walked into the store, picked it up, went to buy it, and I'm like, well, I have $8 cash, or I can give you 10 on a credit card. They took the cash.
Never owned a Game Genie. Were they expensive on retail?
Back in the day, probably.
I never owned one either. I refused.
This is my third. I have one.
You are straight edge.
I couldn't. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It was cheating.
Yeah,
I used to cheat in games all the time. It didn't matter to me, especially in
that's
Grand Theft Auto.
kind of the whole thing. I thought, screw it. Plus, I'm like, you can do cool stuff with these, with like hacking. You can hack games with these, do stuff like that. So that was fun. I had a Game Shark as a kid, and I would like spend hours upon hours just like hacking things in like Zelda, so I could do things you're not supposed to do. That's always fun. It's like half the fun.
I got a couple.
Is to just like make games broken.
trying to get into these things without the NES driver is impossible.
Hello?
What's
Hey,
up?
it worked. All right.
Hey,
Weird.
it's Kevin.
Yay. Thanks for the game there, Retro Faith.
No problem. You enjoying it?
I haven't started it yet, so I'm enjoying it taking up space in my Steam library. But
Collecting dust.
yeah, but I intend on starting it up soon.
No, no worries.
I don't know. I think Game Gear's got a little something extra on it.
Your face?
Oh, no. I don't think those are supposed to be there.
Oh, what is that?
This.
Is that S video?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Looks
Let's find out.
Is it a mini DIN plug?
There is a mini DIN plug.
There
There's
you go.
2 mini DIN plugs. Figure that one out. Actually,
In out.
yep. Figure it out. Why is there 2 mini DIN plugs?
Mm,
I'll give you a
wide
hint.
capture.
One is S video, one's for RGB.
They've just put it through a mini DIN.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing with this SDGH to save space.
What is
Save
it? Like
physical
certain
space.
consoles where people put like a big fat DIN on there, and I'm like, dude, just use a mini DIN. Smaller.
But
That-
that what on there?
Have to.
The one that looks like it'll couple with the American space station for a refuel.
Refuel.
So what do you guys think of the Zelda DLC? You pissed off or what?
There's Zelda
It's-
DLC.
Yep.
I saw it coming.
It's for Zelda.
What's that?
It's DLC that's for Zelda. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll either
I
buy
reckon
it or I won't.
it's a bit rich considering they haven't even released the game yet.
Yeah, it's day one DLC too, right? That's brand new for Nintendo.
I didn't think it was day one DLC because I thought it says one comes out in the summer and the other one comes out in Christmas.
Oh, is the game out?
It's a
Right,
season
okay.
pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same model that it feels like it's the same model that they did for Mario Kart,
I
but it's
thought
a
I read
different.
something. Sorry, I thought I read something where it said it was the season. Oh, sorry, the season pass is available to buy on March 3rd. So you can buy the season pass, but I guess the content doesn't come out until.
That only gives you 3 extra chests, a hard mode, and a few other things. It doesn't actually give you the one in the holiday in the summer is actually new in-game stuff. Like the
I
third
see.
one is going to be like a whole new story.
So day one you can pay for hard mode, which is kind
Yeah.
of silly.
Well,
That you won't
then
get
a stupid challenge mode too.
Even playing the game on hard's not free anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of
Where's the
that's a
good
new low.
a challenge
You
bit.
realize they hit a new dungeon in the Twilight Princess HD mode in a freaking amiibo?
Is DLC not straight edge?
Depends on the DLC, I guess. I don't have a problem with them charging for the season pass on day one. There's no real issue there. It's like you have the option to buy in advance. You don't have to, though.
I guess how long, if it's like a really, really long DLC, and I can see it because I mean, I'll just use, I guess, Mario Kart 8 as an example. Then again, I'm not for pack 1 of this DLC because I think it's just that, to me, seems like a money grab, a big one, especially with the hard mode and the challenge pack. And I think there's some skin alternatives too. I think there's some, that's why I kind of think that one is, because I've yet to see Link wear a green tunic in any of the trailers, which makes me think like one would be like the classic look, or like Link or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe like Linkle or something. But because the second one, if it's like a really, really long story mode, like it adds 10 hours to the game, like I don't know. That to me would be tempting, but I would only want to buy DLC pack 2. I don't want to pay for hard mode, and I don't want to pay for a challenge pack. That seems stupid to me.
Then don't.
Well, I think the difference with this one too is my memory might be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't Mario Kart 8 come out? It was a big success, and then Nintendo announced, "Hey, we're going to have some DLC for it." And that kind of like,
remember it,
yeah, and then that kind of like, oh, okay, that's awesome. I'll pay for some more tracks because I really enjoy the game. But with this, it seems
they added like 50% to the game.
Yeah,
on
it's
top of it. So,
pre-calculated.
I mean, the $20 was well worth.
Yeah.
Getting 6 tracks? It was 6 tracks and 3 extra racers or something.
Yeah,
it was more than that, I think. No, because it was two packs. It was 16 more tracks. Yeah. And 6 more characters. And if you pre-order it before it came out, they gave you 9 different color Yoshis and 9 different color Shy Guys or something too, as a pre-bonus before doing it.
Sounds right.
Was it really 16 more tracks, or was it just 6?
That's awesome.
It was 2 more cups.
Yeah,
it might have been 8 tracks.
I think it was just
$1.30 a track.
I thought it was because I thought there was two packs or something like that, where there was 8 packs per pack, 8 tracks per pack for the 2. There's two 4 packs, and then another 2 more.
There's at least 2 cups in both packs of DLC.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. 8 tracks, 2 cups, 3 characters for each DLC, and there was 2 DLCs.
So there's 4 new cups.
And 4 vehicles.
Was it $20 all up or $20 each?
$20 for all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a good deal if you're enjoying Mario
DLC done
Kart
right,
to that
in my
extent.
opinion.
Yeah. It's
I agree.
That's the sort of thing DLC is good for.
I agree that
Racing
timing
game.
is an issue because again, it is off-putting that they're announcing this DLC before the game's even out.
Yeah, to think that there's going to be a Zelda game coming out that's going to be incomplete. That just blows my mind. That's just like
That's what it feels like. Yeah.
That's
Feels like
they really should have saved it for E3, and it really should have been like okay, if you pre-order now, blah blah blah, and then at Christmas time we have this story pack, like I put on Twitter earlier, where you play as Zelda. So it's not like it gives people time to digest playing Zelda already for the game, basically. It makes them think, because they're saying already this game's gonna be huge and long.
That's launch title, isn't it, Zelda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think what they're trying to do is they've increased the number of consoles they're going to release for. I think they're just trying to get more pre-sales, right?
Either that, or they're afraid of people immediately flipping it or trading. They play through it and get rid of it, and this is the way.
That's what I mean.
Isn't that one of the reasons DLC exists at all?
That is essentially the reason why. Yeah.
I know. But I think I agree with Kevin, because when I had Mario Kart for a while, and then all of a sudden there was this, hey, there's more. And it felt like you're getting something extra, as opposed to the way they're approaching it now. It seems like you're getting something less if you don't get the DLC, because it's already there. And it's like, we're holding this back for the people who only want to spend $60 in the game. But if you want to spend an extra 20, then you can get the full game. That's the way it kind of comes across.
Yeah, like with the Mario
extra
Kart,
20, just move to Canada.
with the Mario Kart DLC, it felt like you were getting something extra. With this, it feels like as if they're taking something away.
Right. Yep.
You know,
we'll give you the whole game. You know, if you pay this.
Right.
Well, this game literally should have been out like a long time ago too.
Yeah, what do you think they've been working on this whole time?
The
DLC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been done for quite a while. Probably been done. They're like, no, we try to make some more money here. Like, this should have been the Switch edition that comes with this extra DLC. Like,
that actually would have been good.
I
actually kind of agree with that. At least the first part of it.
Yeah, if you buy like the Zelda box set with the, you know, like a Switch box set combo, you know, with the in-game Zelda, that comes with the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least you get the season pass with the Switch version. That would have been cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, or at least the first pack of the DLC with that. I can understand like saving the story stuff for later and charging.
Has anyone seen a good lengthy sort of play demo thing of the game?
I've been trying to avoid it because I really am excited for the new Zelda game. So I don't want much. I don't want like I only really watched the trailer a couple times because I don't want to watch people reveal anything that I want to be surprised with.
I mean, it's 2 weeks from Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Is it an open worldy sort of game or
realize that?
Yeah, super open worldy.
Yep.
I hope it doesn't like have heaps of side quests where they're just shit.
Well,
I really hope.
Yeah, or I think we're all hoping, but
I don't want it. Side quests can burn a game for me if it just adds to be like filler and nothing else.
Well, they have said that if you want, you can go straight to the end. After the first 15 minutes of the game, you can go straight to the end and try to beat it, but it's just going to be really difficult to do. But it's up to you if you want to do all the temples. It's your choice.
I mean, that's cool for speedrunners and people who want to do big challenges. That gives you options. Most people aren't going to want to do that, obviously, but you can do that in other games before anyway.
No, Zelda's fun because you have a bit of an explore around and find stuff.
Yeah, and that's the bummer. It's like that part of the appeal to a Zelda game for me is exploring, like just looking at everything, and to think that the whole world is not available to you. Like part of the world is behind a paywall. It's just, I don't know. It's just a real bummer.
That's also kind of another reason, though, I think why it's going to be a Zelda storyline where you play as Zelda, where I think you'll be, because they said if you can see it in the game, you can go to it. So it makes me think it ain't going to be like a temple that's hidden behind rocks. I think it would just be like you'll be
what if it's a
Zelda in the world, and like you'll be playing.
There's something about time, right?
What's up?
Isn't there something about
multiple timelines?
Multiple timelines,
not
like
multiple timelines, but
back and what happened, like
like a flashback section and a present day section.
Yeah. So did they reserve some of that flashback, and then maybe they'll use that as a chunk of the story?
I'm just picturing a hole in the ground with what was it? Kingle? What's his freaking name?
Kingle,
oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, standing in front of it saying, "Pay me."
Honestly, I believe that it's not going to be a major part of the game. I do feel like it's going to be bonus type material, but still, it's just the the feeling that comes along with having it held back at launch. So I really don't think it's going to be like part of the game is missing and you're not going to be able to get the full experience. I think it's just going to be, like all the other DLC, kind of extra stuff.
Well, hard mode is kind of part of the experience.
Yeah, that one's kind of crappy.
Yeah, because like that's how you go back and you play the game again. It's like I'm going to try it on hard mode. Like I did that with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Or are they calling it hard mode or Master Quest?
Hard mode.
Hard mode. It just says hard mode.
I don't understand.
I've got a screenshot of it all if you haven't seen it.
I haven't looked. I don't care. But I don't understand why they wouldn't just call it Master Quest. I feel like people would have been able to swallow it a little easier if that's what they called it.
If it was branded a little better. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, like, why didn't they just go Master Quest on that?
Well, like, if you do, like, Master Quest, too, then, like, what's called, you change the temples around. And then, so the temples, the layouts, the same items are in the same rooms. And, you take harder damage. So you really make it a really different game as opposed to just taking more damage.
But also, if they even made you think that that's what that was going to be, wouldn't you be more willing to pay it?
Yeah.
Well, it would have to be that, though, not just a hard mode.
Yeah.
I would expect a full Master Quest.
Yeah, I'm not saying
because
it's a good
I bought
thing,
Master Quest for. Well, I pre-ordered when I pre-ordered Wind Waker because I wanted to try that out, so I was willing to pay to get that Master Quest.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little odd.
Yeah, I mean, if they, because the games are similar, let me compare the like Oblivion and Skyrim models, right? A lot of the DLC for Skyrim, aside from being a total joke, horse armor, was stuff that like Shivering Isles was an entire 3 to 6 hour section of the game.
Yeah.
But it required you going to a portal that took you to this place, right? If you didn't have it, it just wasn't there, but it didn't affect the map.
That DLC for Oblivion was a lot like how DLC. Well, we didn't call it DLC; we called it expanded packs.
Expansion,
expansion packs, right?
Yeah.
On PC back in the day, like in the late '90s, and that, like you would play an entire game, you'd have an entire game, and they would just basically make another game using the same engine, and they would just call it an expansion pack.
Yeah.
But now
Morrowind did it.
Yeah,
Skyrim even did it with because they took you back to Morrowind, right?
Wasn't that also kind of what they did with Majora's Mask?
Majora's Mask.
They used all the assets from the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Of Time.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Kind of.
It'd be, I guess, maybe a little bit more. Well, like I said, I guess give more time to. I guess they'll have probably more details on it at E3. But let's say like it is actually like another game.
E3 is open to the public this year. You can buy tickets.
And I saw some press are not happy about that, which kind of makes me happy. the press was like, I think I saw what's his name, our buddy Chris Kohler from Weird Magazine.
Wired.
I prefer saying Weird Magazine.
Okay.
He told me my action set.
Yeah. Well, not the shit on him, but he I think wrote on, I saw on Twitter saying like, he's like, this is stupid because it's always been about the press and everything. And I'm like, no, I think a lot of people really want to go to it,
They're not interested in marketing to the press anymore.
I'm expecting a lot of articles coming out after people access the public E3 going, this is not worth it.
It's something I always wanted to go to,
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's not something people want to go to. I'm just saying a lot of people are probably going to be disappointed with it.
Well, you're going to get your actual fans actually playing your games. People who actually play video games there, as opposed to, the elite.
Tickets aren't cheap.
They're not cheap. But I'm saying, like, I think the press think they're elite. So.
I'm not saying it's going to be justified complaints necessarily. I'm just saying people are going to complain. That's going to be.
I was listening to
after public E3 ends is that it wasn't worth the price of admission. I'm just putting that out there as a prediction.
Well, it's never been anything like there's no shows there or anything like that.
Yeah.
There were presser events for the press. Yeah. So I think a lot of people are going to go there and thinking they're going to get swag and whatnot, and they're really not going to get that much.
It's not Comic-Con.
No, right? But I think you get a lot of reaction if you let people there for the reveals, the big title reveals. You're going to get probably really big passionate responses probably from people.
But you can't fit everyone in those conference halls.
I know.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get the conference.
I don't know those things, but if you could put, if you're going to open it to the public, you're going to need more seats. So maybe you could find a bigger venue.
I think you're going to get a lot of people who are going to go and put a lot of money down, and they're going to be pissed off when they get to stand in line and maybe play 2 games a day.
Yeah, and they're going to have like a bar, and you're going to sit there and watch the press conference on the TV.
It's not even the same part of E3. You go to a different part wherever it is.
Yeah, and then they tell you come back at whatever a certain time, and you can play this game. So let's say you want to play whatever the new Mario, come back at 4:00. That way you don't have to wait in line for 10 hours. Basically, just go get your ticket.
Although like at what do we have here? It's called something con or whatever in Toronto, and I only went to one. and they at the time they were showing. This was before it came out, but it was whatever Halo was coming out. Might have been Halo 4, and Sony had Uncharted 3, and people were lined up all day just to play like 15 minutes of that game, and they were happy to be there, and they paid to get in too. Like it wasn't cheap. And here I am. It's like, you can meet sort of meet celebrities or whatever, but I don't know. That's all people wanted to do is just play those two games. So.
Mm-hmm. I waited like an idiot in line to play Smash Brothers. I waited in that line for 4 hours to play Smash Wii.
On the Wii?
Best Buy for the Wii U. Because they were doing it at Best Buy, and I got off to work. And it helped. I had a friend in line who stood there with me, basically. So, and it seemed like it was going good for a while. But then, I don't know. It would have been faster if they said everyone gets to play one game as opposed to playing two games. That really held up the line.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
But that's what they should have done when they noticed how many people were there. When you notice the line goes from the beginning of the door all the way around the store and back to this door again, basically, you probably should only be limited to one game a person. But that's why I know Chicago, I think, had the chance to try the Switch a couple weekends ago. If you want to try it out in the store at a Best Buy, I didn't even bother. I figured, I can wait.
Yeah, they had that in Toronto too, but I'm just going to go over to Hodge's house and play the Switch.
That's right.
Yeah.
How's it going, Hodge?
Good. We might have 3 of them here.
3 Switches?
Well, James said he might bring his, and then Garb's getting his. I don't know if he's planning on coming.
There you go. You can test out the what's called the LAN parties or something that they have.
Is there a LAN party system on that?
You want a RGB game gear yet?
I think they have something built in where you don't need to be on Wi-Fi as long as you're in the same room.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
like local LAN?
Games.
Yeah, local LAN, but up to 8 or something like that. Right?
Just like a wireless multi-tap then.
Yeah.
Nice.
We should do that, Hodge. We should hook up a bunch of old Xboxes, get some Time Splinters going or something.
What is it? A bunch of GameCubes. We can play 8-player or no? What is it? 12-player?
16.
Double Dash.
I think it's 16. Yeah.
16.
Oh, really?
Double Dash.
They had it. They had it in Portland. They had a table set up like that.
16. So how many GameCubes? Is that 4 on each GameCube?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's do it. I'll bring my
You need to get that adapter.
Oh, that's right. It needs that stupid adapter.
Yeah, you just need that LAN adapter.
Friggin' Nintendo.
A bunch of CRTs. Just
Nintendo and their hidden costs. You can't add that right into the GameCube. You gotta add that. Make that extra.
Yeah, man.
And it costs a whole other extra $1 for them to put that in. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Is this the same reason why you get TVs with cheap tabs that are going to die in 4 or 5 years after you buy them, or within so many hours of use? Because they can save $1 on each TV by using cheap-ass caps.
But if you make 1 million TVs...
Yeah, but when you make 1 million TVs, you just saved $1 million.
Oh, you just send it to Yoshi's place and he'll fix it for you.
No, I don't have TVs.
Yeah, you fix everything.
Speaking of that, we should open up the box that Yoshi sent me.
What's in the box?
Well, we're going to find out.
Just to let you guys know, we were talking about earlier, Mario Kart 8 came out in May of 2014. In August, the DLC was announced of that year.
3 months.
It was announced.
Yeah,
it was announced.
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly present yourself.
Okay. That's awfully demanding.
And it was
You're gonna show something.
yourself.
Present yourself to the people.
And the DLC for Mario Kart 8 was $11.99 USD funds. I think it was $17 here. So, super good deal.
Those USD funds get you Canadians every time.
Oh yeah.
Hey Yoshi, you taped this up well.
Well, I tape, and then the post office tape it. I was like, why? I already taped it.
Oh, I think I got some of your cat's hair under this tape.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's gonna drive your cat nuts.
Ew.
Yeah, that piece of duct tape is gonna.
Where's the culprit?
No. I bet you Yoshi just loaded that box up full of walnuts.
Yeah, sure. Busted. Here's the culprit.
No one can see you. Yoshi.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
All right. So we got some bubble wrap.
Lots of bubble wrap.
Lots of bubble wrap.
That's a great pickup. Good job.
It's cheap to ship.
Shiny. Yay.
Master System.
Oh.
That looks like you did a nice job with that.
You shoe polish
On the
that,
outside.
Yoshi?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I
it
did
looks
well.
good. It looks good.
I
Okay.
can't get rid of the scuffs and the scratches, but I can make it shiny again.
Are we gonna see some testing tonight then, Musty?
Yep.
You know,
Got my cable.
Play some Rambo 3 on that?
bag. That's what happened.
Rambo 3.
Yes. So where did I put those? Ah, right here. Yep. Time to. Let's see. Should we start with Great Baseball,
No.
or should we hit the Stallone trifecta?
I want to see Rambo.
I love
Rambo.
I love that about the Master System. They didn't have any graphics on the cards. I just reckon that's cool.
It's like the Sega Game Gear. Sega Game Gear.
When I used to rent Master System from the video shop, you really didn't have any idea what you were getting. You just had to kind of go off the video game cover. When I was a kid, you just like, well, that looks alright, I guess. Because you get nothing off the cart.
Okay. So.
Eric, have you ever said what's your favorite game on the Master System?
That would be nothing.
Nintendo.
Have I ever done what to Musty?
No, have you ever said what's your favorite game on the Master System?
Say pardon?
Oh, yeah. What
No.
is it?
No, I don't know what it is.
You ever thought about it?
I don't know. I mean, I like
Like a top
Novelius.
five?
What are you making there, Kevin?
Like a 5 that you really like?
Yeah, I could send 5. I could probably rattle those off.
Oh,
I'm marking up a paper cup because I'm bored.
oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm playing Sonic Drift 2. Did you know that there's actually a good Sonic racing game on the Game Gear?
Yes. Sonic Drift 2, right?
Here goes nothing.
I just got that on my GameCube collection, GameCube Sonic Gems.
Is your cat in a box there, Yoshi?
It is.
Yes.
Look at those graphics.
Don't be excited, it's not that great.
Hey, it's more than it's ever done.
Real
Well
time
done,
baseball.
Huh?
They couldn't call it lame ass baseball. It wouldn't have sold.
There's no teams to choose from?
A lame ass baseball.
Home run contest. Home run contest.
The only thing I couldn't check on it before I sent it back was
Chicago.
the card,
Hey, he
but-
plays Milwaukee in the American League.
No.
I'll play against them. I want to see you lose.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Let me get the manual for you.
Yeah.
I'm in third. That's not cool, yo. How does this work again?
Strike.
Wow.
How about them Stallone
Oh,
games?
try to hit a foul ball.
Let's go Houston.
I love the way they say foul in this game.
Ooh.
No, it's more like just fa.
Ah.
They just go fa.
Gotta turn it up a little bit.
I am a number. Damn you, Sonic.
Oh, that's getting caught. Ouch! Sounds like ouch. Hey, 30 years.
Wow, that's scary.
That's the year I was born.
Good Lord.
Okay.
I wasn't alive then.
Here it comes. Ah!
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. Man.
Game Gear colors are great. Although I do have some complaints about this board. For the most part, this Game Gear board, the TV board, is pretty friggin' sweet.
Do you have the gun for the Master System?
I do
I
not.
have,
Oh,
What do
that's
they
too
look like? I've never seen one. I know there is one.
bad. You've not seen a Master System gun?
I gotta grab the light
Hang on.
phases.
Who can get it faster?
Oh, you know what? I probably don't have one out.
There you go.
Jeez, that's badass.
Light phase on mine.
Yeah, let's have a duel.
Yeah, it looks a
Crystals
little.
at dawn.
Light phaser. Beat your light gun.
Wow, they really needed to make that orange.
All right.
That's
I got on base.
Hold on, let
Good
me
job,
try.
Musty. There are versions with an orange tip of the Master System light phaser. I don't see them very often, though.
Yeah, but like the Sega actually made one that looks like it looks like
real
a gun out of friggin'
Like the future.
out of like Star Wars or something.
Or Fantasy Star.
looks like you could put that gun in the DeLorean and it would look like it was part of the car.
I know, right? It's great.
Back to Musty.
Aww.
I think Rambo's your best shot,
I
Musty.
was presenting Yoshi because he was showing the Master System game.
Put cat in box.
Are you going to send it?
Cat in the box.
Right, what's he playing now? Rambo.
This is Rocky.
Oh, Rocky. Same actor.
I take it it's normal for the Sega Master System to be like, all right, give me a second.
I think
Okay,
Musty's saving the best for last.
Yeah, it's doing it's actually checking the CRC. It's adding up all the bytes in the ROM to make sure there's no problem.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
what it's doing?
Yeah.
I was wondering that because the first time that happened, I was like, is it broken?
No.
What's it doing?
You can actually tell if it can detect a cartridge because it takes a little bit longer if it detects a cartridge than the boot ROM. It's because it's adding up all those bytes to calculate a 16-bit CRC. And that's why Musty was getting two different errors. One of them was the software error. That's a CRC failure.
From this angle, I can't tell if that's Rocky, Hajime no Ippo, or frickin' Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star.
Oh, man.
Fist of the North Star.
Cool, two people got that joke. Yay.
And it was
Isn't this game like bullshit hard at the start before you even get to fight anyone? You got to do all the training.
Build up his left. His left he's a southpaw. You're gonna need it for
Pretty
Drago.
sure. Oh, I
Yeah, you
love
got to
that
get through
movie.
this stupid punching thing. You got to get 60, I think. Oh, maybe not.
Apollo. Apollo wearing the American chunks. I want you, Smoking Joe. I want you. You've been dodging me.
Someone watches too much Rocky.
I love Rocky.
Or is he watching the right amount of Rocky?
Yeah, exactly.
As
Even though
Rocky
I avoid 5 as much as possible. Even though
Is it a wrong amount or what?
What's up?
Oh, that new one sucked.
I liked Creed actually.
I didn't think it was the most enjoyable, but it was good. Better than 5 by a long shot.
Yeah, it's better than 5, and I think it was better than Rocky Balboa.
I don't think it was a better movie. I think it was a better Rocky movie than Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboa was a really good movie, but it wasn't necessarily a Rocky movie, if that makes sense.
But 5 has some great moments in it with George Washington Duke Or he's like, touch man, I'll sue. He's like, he's like, only in America. Only in America.
Nah. You can only do so much to try and salvage that movie, and it never
Yeah,
works.
it's not really that
You
good.
need to shush.
No.
That and the part where he has the dream vision of Mick. Mick's like, go up and get him, Rock. And he's like, Mickey still loves you. And then he's like, I didn't hear a bell.
Ooh.
Are we gonna hear a bell now?
This happened in Rocky also, because I believe Apollo gets taken down right away in the second round. He gets taken down twice in the second movie, or the first movie in the second round.
Which one is it? Is it Rocky 3, or is it 4 where he's training with Apollo?
That's 4. No, it's 3. That's 3.
Yeah,
Because
it's 3, and they're like frolicking on the beach. That was really hilarious.
You bet.
Like unintentionally so, but it was like you watch that now, it's like, oh, that's great.
That's the part because he can't get it in his head right because Mick died, and Adrian doesn't want him to fight.
Can I do this for 25 more seconds?
Faster, faster. Put
This
it
is
down.
like Mario Party.
Yeah, put it down and vibrate your thumbs.
You know, Mustard, I hear there's a better boxing game on the Master System.
Does it cost like $500?
I don't think it's better.
Can't
really recommend it.
Is the Vander Holyfield boxing better? I mean, no, that's for the Genesis, but
I don't know. I've never played it. I have zero interest in boxing.
It's just a Rambo.
Rambo, yeah. That's probably the best game you've got, other than maybe Hang On.
Not Rambo 3?
Rambo 3's light gun game.
Nice.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Sorry, never thought to mention that to you before.
Oh, that's okay.
It's not like the Genesis version.
No, it's nothing. I don't think so. Let me check.
We can always find out, Mustard.
I love Hang On the Master System. Should play that.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of that. Yeah, Rainbow 3 is a light phaser game.
They don't even let you use the D-pad like in Terminator 2 on Genesis.
I don't think so, no.
Kill those innocent people. I don't just remember this happening in the first Rambo movie.
I think this happened in the third Rambo movie.
This actually is more like the second movie right here, where he's in the jungle.
Looks like Commando.
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's supposed to be a Commando ripoff.
Yeah, I was going to make a reference to that, but I'm like, I can't think of a way to make that a joke. Oh, that seemed uncalled for.
Then again, the first Rambo game that's just called Rambo on the NES is also based off the second Rambo movie.
Which was the first movie actually called Rambo, right?
No, the third one was.
The first movie was First Blood. Second movie was Rambo, First Blood Part 2.
Yeah.
And the third was Rambo 3.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any damn sense.
Makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't.
Makes more sense than calling the fifth or fourth movie Rambo.
Okay.
Or
yeah, Sylvester Stallone likes to do that, doesn't he? He did that with Rocky also.
Yep.
So make sure this
that was Rocky Balboa.
You guys don't need to just sit and watch me play Master System all night.
Thank God. Let's talk about something.
Okay, in that case, just back to this is stupid, but just back to like you made like a walnut joke, and it reminded me of a panel from an X-Men comic, and
hey man, gotta go fast.
So Mars, has Axiom Verge ever got a physical release?
This is a
not that I know of. No.
You ever play it?
Well, at least
yeah.
Very good.
I love it. It's good times. Music's excellent.
I see it's whatever. See, it's based off, like it's a Metroidvania-like game. But do you think it's better than Metroid, or
is that visible?
Yeah.
What does it say? I love walnuts.
It's Road going. I love walnuts. It's just such a random panel.
That's bizarre.
Better
Yoshi,
than
thank you, Yoshi. Thanks for getting that working for me.
Good job.
Say it's better than Metroid is a little. I don't know. That's kind of hard. It's like it's a game from a different era, right? Axiom Verge.
Oh,
well, it looks. I'm seeing these monsters, and they look like they're from a Metroid game.
Yeah, it definitely has a Metroid vibe. The environments have a Metroid vibe. The music has a it feels very much like Metroid. But
is it outer space game or?
Well, yeah, like you're fighting aliens and stuff. But I'll tell you, it's probably a better Metroid game today than what Nintendo could put out.
Mm-hmm. For 2D.
Yeah, for a 2D Metroid game, like there's no way Nintendo would put out a game like that because it's too.
Because it's Metroid.
Well, one, because it's Metroid, yeah, and two, it's too it's not grand in scale enough, Like they're so busy on making these big, huge games and worlds and stuff, which is all right, but they wouldn't waste their time with a little game like that, and that is what video games used to be. So.
Well, I don't know about that because they always seem to have like those little quirky ones come out for the 3DS, or at least for a while were coming out. Like your Tomodachi Life, which is just like a little small thing, or Animal Crossing. Those are just there's not much going on really in those games. You just kind of
you don't think so in an Animal Crossing game? Don't you have like you gotta be there every day, and I don't know, you gotta collect oranges and that.
Yeah, that's about it. That's there's not much going on in the game. So you fish, you get some oranges, you collect a bug, and that's it for the day. And then you come back tomorrow and you do the same thing.
But when was the last time Nintendo put out a straight up 2D platformer game?
I can think of Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country
in 3D.
And then the Mario games.
Yeah.
Like the 2D Mario games. But even those are kind of like 3D,
2.5D.
Yeah.
But would you be fine with that though? I mean, like a 2D platformer with some 3D background?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like you get like this vibe that Axiom Verge is just this little game, that you just pick up and you can play, and it's just easy. Where even Donkey Kong Country feels like a full game. I don't know. It's just the feeling I get. I don't know if that's actually the case, but it's just how it feels,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see Nintendo making games like that anymore. They've moved on to what they make now.
It's just like 5 Fire Emblem games a year.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, I can't blame them for dropping Metroid. I know a lot of people are upset. They don't understand why, but they don't sell well. Metroid games just do not sell well. Even
the last two they made, no one liked.
Well, I think it comes down to if it sells well in Japan more than anything.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo always takes care of Japan first.
Right.
And since they always say how Metroid never sells well in Japan, I don't know how well it sells in America, but in Japan it doesn't sell at all.
The worldwide sales for all the games, because it's not just how well the game sells too, but how much time and effort they put into the games too, right? Like you think that they put just as much time and effort into a Metroid Prime game, well, they could be doing that for a Mario or Zelda game that's going to sell 20 times better,
Yeah, they don't think they're going to make back their investment in making a good one.
As much. It's not necessarily like I don't think any Metroid games lost money. I don't think they sold that bad
they don't want to break even, they want to make money.
Well, not even break even. It's just like instead of selling
I know.
Let's just say like I'm just going to pick random numbers, but let's just say it costs $1 million to make a Metroid game, and it costs $1 million to make a Zelda game. I'm just saying, right?
Random number.
They could make a Metroid game for $1 million and make $5 million off of it and make a nice little profit and say, okay, we did well with this Metroid game. Or they could spend that $1 million to make a Zelda game and make $15 million. Well, which one are you going to make, right? Yeah. It's just that's what it comes down to. Is someone calling the police? Did I hear someone's calling the police?
I think so.
He's gone.
All right, okay.
Either that or someone was saying, "Come here, please."
Oh, come here, please. I thought it was like, get off that stupid talk, or I'm going to call the police.
Well,
Which I can't blame her. I'd call the police too.
I think you're right, Mars. I think you're right about that. But then again, like I don't know, like I said, I'm gonna bring back Fire Emblem again because it wasn't until Smash Brothers put Marth and Roy in Smash Brothers before they brought it out to America because people wanted to know who they were. They had it as a Japan only game for the Super Nintendo for a couple. Yeah. They had a few. And then like after people want to know who about these people over, they brought over the GameCube version to America. As a test to see how well it does.
The Game Boy Advance was the first.
And I guess they were willing to give up on it until like a Wankadine came out and blew up.
DOS. Game Boy Advance, not GameCube.
Well, yeah, and I think it's the handheld part of it, right? Like like those kind of games like Fire Emblem, those are good games to play on the go, So it makes sense for them to go in that direction and put those kind of games on there. I know that the Game Boy Advance had the couple 2D Metroid games and that, but I don't know. I think they're thinking like something like Fire Emblem would take off, especially in Japan. And they really need to push that thing in Japan and get, that's what get developers making.
I saw that new commercial, at least because Chris Kohler today put it up on like the Japan TV commercial for the Switch. And all they do is show it come off a TV and just people playing with their hands. They don't show it back to a TV at all. That's
all the Japanese care. They don't really care about playing console games anymore. Mm-hmm. Consoles. It's all about getting it smaller and playing on the go. Mm-hmm. But like the Vita has showed, it's not like a slam dunk. You still have to have the software on there. Because for the longest time, I think for the first 2 years that the PSP was on the market, the PS Vita was on the market, the PSP was still outselling it. Because it had the Monster Hunter games, and that's what they wanted to play. So,
yeah, I bet you're gonna see an announcement for that, like at E3 for one of those games to help sell it, in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is a Nintendo. Like Capcom is. I'm surprised that Capcom is still putting them out on Nintendo consoles. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know if those games sold as well as they did on the PSP,
Mm-hmm.
Like unless they have some sort of deal with Nintendo.
I think it just sells really well on the 3DS and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then anytime they, I remember that Monster Hunter, whatever that last one, like they made a Monster Hunter edition 3DS, and those sold out like right away too.
Yeah, I would assume that the 3DS sells more or sold more than the Vita in Japan.
Oh yeah, than the Vita. But I mean, did the 3DS? Yeah, I guess there is no Sony console to put them out on now. So, but did the 3DS versions sell better than the PSP versions?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they probably looked at console sales and like, okay, we're not going to make as much money on the Vita for the extra development it would take for like graphical power, then we could just make it on the 3DS and sell more copies. That's the logic I could think of with that, because they probably saw, like between Monster Hunter games, they probably saw the sales dipping away from Sony and toward Nintendo. And it's like, okay, people are playing more Nintendo, let's put it on there, plus it's cheaper to develop for.
Yeah.
By how much, I don't know, but I would assume it would be a little cheaper.
Well, that would be a big get for that. If they get a Monster Hunter game on the Switch, because you get your fix of having it on the go, and it can be a console game too. So
yeah.
They said Dragon Warrior is a big seller for them, or not? Is it Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior now? Dragon Quest, right?
Dragon Quest.
That they shut down like what people take them as holidays in Japan or something like that.
Yeah.
I imagine they're going to try to get one of those with their renewed partnership with Square.
Aren't they putting out a collection of the Dragon Quest Heroes games?
Yeah.
Not immediately, but
Well, this year. I think they're coming out this year.
And they're doing Dragon Quest 10 and 11, but we're probably not going to get those.
Maybe.
Meh.
Or at least not the online one.
Yeah, I don't think that online one is coming at all. Yeah, but like I mean, those are good games. Like to for like those. Like if you think like that niche market that still buys Vita stuff, it's those JRPGs that really push that system. I don't think it's a very big market. It's not huge, but it makes
very
sense
vocal
for
that.
Yeah,
and it makes sense for what the Switch is. If the Vita can prove that stuff works on that pretty much dead console, then with Nintendo still supporting the Switch, I mean, like part of the big reason why the Vita didn't take off is because Sony just didn't support it. Like they themselves didn't put very many unique games on there.
Did they mention it at E3 this year?
No, it's a legacy console in their eyes,
It was a legacy console the year after it came out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, everything that they put on there, I won't say everything, but most of what they put on there was ports of PS3 games,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always liked the idea of it where they say, like, those cross-buy games, like if you bought Sly Cooper, you get the Vita version free, right?
Yeah. It's a cool idea, but it ended up being most of the library anyway by accident.
Yeah.
That's the only game I can think of off the top of my head, though.
Well, when I bought it, like the big selling factor was that you'd be able to play your baseball game on the go. You could play it on the PS3, and then you can carry on. But that never really happened either. Like you had to buy both versions of the game, and it never really worked right. The saves it was very clunky. Like you couldn't just all right, send it over to the Vita. Like there was no like you still had to hook it up through the cable, and I don't know.
Couldn't switch it over.
Couldn't switch it over. It wasn't.
Where's your switch?
Wasn't very smooth. It wasn't a very smooth process. So, yeah. Well, now you're just picking up the whole thing, right, and taking it with you. So the problem is that they need somebody to make a baseball game for the Switch. That's its only problem, really.
Hopefully.
Well, only Nintendo can make it because of the 2K. Was it 2K has the MLB license?
No.
So first parties can make them, but 2K is the only.
I think that expired. Now.
Okay.
Does 2K even make baseball games anymore?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think they do.
No.
I just think the show, because Sony makes it, because it's like one of their better sellers. It really is one of the. But they always highlight it every year because it's a really big seller.
That was 2K's retaliation for when EA took football from them.
Right.
They got basketball and baseball.
So they went and took basketball and they took baseball.
No, they didn't take basketball. Just
not basketball. Sorry.
EA couldn't get themselves together to make a basketball game. Because 2K was killing it with the basketball.
They still are.
Yeah.
They're doing.
Because I remember there was going to be a version of NBA Live that came out with the remake. Like the remake of NBA Jam was going to be like this feature inside of NBA Live, and it just
EA owns it right now, don't they?
Right, and and they screwed up that NBA Live so bad that eventually NBA Jam just became its own thing, its own game, and the only version you were supposed to be able to buy on the PS3 and on the Xbox 360 was through NBA Live. You had to buy NBA Live to get NBA Jam, and the Wii was going to be the only console that had NBA Jam exclusive to it, like the only way to get a hard copy. And then they just changed their mind the closer NBA Live was coming out because they just botched it so bad. Yeah. But anyways, that NBA Jam game is fun though.
That's
that one that came out a few years ago. It's a good time.
Even the incentives to unlock the classic characters was worth it too, in my opinion. To get Scott Skiles on the Orlando Magic, you have to get 30 assists in one game. I remember I did it right at the buzzer. I threw an alley-oop right at the last second at the buzzer. That was a lot of fun. I think I unlocked everybody, but they put I think 30 characters to unlock from the classic games. Just retro players.
Did they have Bill and Hillary in there?
I don't think so, but they added mascots, I think so.
I think isn't Barack Obama and
he might be in that one, and
that wouldn't surprise me.
I think it's Barack and McCain.
You're right. I think you're right about that.
I think it was because that's who was running at the time, right? It was like around 2008.
Yeah,
I'll check this out real quick.
What's it? 2000?
Or 2000? Yeah. Maybe it was 2010.
I'll figure this one out real quick.
2010 sounds closer, 2010, but
yeah, that's when it came out.
Okay.
Let's check the rosters here.
Does John McCain have to shoot under his hands above this?
Yeah, Brock better be good.
Sorry.
Luke Bull was in there.
Oh yeah, he's got the J.
Let's see.
I got some other pickups.
Oh,
small.
I got to pick up after this.
Goodwill stuff.
Right, it was going to be called NBA Elite. NBA Elite 11.
That's
yeah.
Yeah. And that was the year that 2K came out with, like, was that the year that had Jordan on the cover? I can't remember. Because they had the whole, like, Michael Jordan piece baked into the whole thing.
That'd be NBA 2K11, I guess.
I don't know if it was 11 or 12. One of the Mandela
you're right. That was the Jordan cover, right?
2011, yeah.
Yep.
So they went up against that, and then that was kind of the
right
rise of the 2K basketball game.
Well, I remember a buddy of mine who's like right into basketball, and he always said, like, for like a decade now, that the 2K game was always better than EA. Like, EA just could not get it together. There's always something off about their game. Meanwhile, hockey, they dominate the hockey market.
Yeah, it's the opposite round for hockey.
Yeah. Like 2K could never get it together for hockey, but EA just killed it every year.
Well, they killed EA, like, what, FIFA? It's like the best-selling sports video game right now, or something like that, too, for FIFA.
Well,
for EA.
Yeah. Globally, yes.
Globally, yeah. Imagine. Well, guys, I got to go, so Musty, I'll watch your pickups later.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Good night.
All right. Enter Sauce Man.
I guess I'll get that joke when I get to the end of that episode.
About 12 minutes in.
Ryan, have you listened yet?
No, I haven't had a chance with this new job.
Okay.
Oh, you need to.
Right. If you listen to the first 20 minutes.
No, I really haven't, guys.
No,
I also was not in a rush to listen to it either, so.
Yeah, it's just busting your balls.
It's funny. Sorry.
I can get part of the joke immediately from just the title.
Well, you were there. You were there for
what?
Yeah, you're on Fandango too. So am I.
Yeah, but what was that Enter Sauce Man thing from a Hangout?
You know what it is.
I guess I'll remember when I hear it.
Oh, you'll remember.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay. Let me go through these real quick. I just have a couple things here. But yeah, I hit my. So the Goodwill is closer to the other building that I've actually been at for work 2 days in a row. So I actually stopped there on my way home. This was today. I don't know. It says 388 on the tag. I don't know why she rang it up as 188, but I'm not complaining. I only got this because we just moved the Wii upstairs so that we could, bowl or what else? Play kiddie games. And so I got Toy Story 3, which apparently has a toy box mode that's supposed to be really not bad.
Pretty much the starting point for Disney Infinity from what I've played of that.
Really?
Like, I saw Disney Infinity after playing a little bit of that game on PS3. I'm like, oh, they just took that to another level and put figures in it.
Yeah, so complete, even down to a little
poster, sort of. That's
poster, cool. And then an ad for. Oh man, there's stickers for Wiimotes. There's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So
there we go. You're back.
For $1.88 instead of $3.88. That's good. And I looked it up real quick, and it's like 10 complete. So, and then these I got yesterday. 2 of them for $3.88, 1 for $6.88. This is a duplicate for me, but it's $3.88 a copy of GTA.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a Mr. Movies rental.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I probably should take this off if I can.
Try if you have a white vinyl eraser, that will take Sharpie off.
Yeah, the like magic erasers do that too. Like
yeah, but it'll start taking.
Just write over it in whiteboard marker, and then it'll rub off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even better, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't
have
the map.
Insect repellent disintegrates it.
Insect repellent. Okay.
No, honestly, the best thing you can ever do.
Yeah, the one thing is it's got the rental sticker here.
Those are annoying.
So I'll probably leave that alone. But if I can at least get that off, that's a little more
appealing,
slightly more unsightly. But
yeah, it's like you can ignore the rental sticker.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, it came from a Mr. Movie.
Yeah, but the writing on it's like a big neon sign of like used.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's a double. I will make sure that I get the better manual out of it, but for under $4. This one was also under $4. I never see Xbox One games. So Arkham Knight.
That's worth $4.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if I don't keep it, because I haven't played any of and I haven't checked to see if the DLC is used yet, but
you haven't played any of the Arkham games yet?
Nope.
If you haven't gotten spoiled, it immediately spoils Arkham City. So
this does? Okay.
Yeah, the first scene.
I really would recommend the first 2 games before you play that one too.
Yeah,
because they are truly excellent games.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. But yeah,
I mean, you can always, if you find it for $4, the what's called Arkham City and Asylum, like every release on the Xbox.
Isn't there's a multi-pack?
Yeah, Return to Arkham.
Return to Arkham, yeah. For the
yeah. At least I played the intro section so I could warn you about that spoiler.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then
just putting that in to try it and like, oh crap.
So this I got for $6.88, and I know that this is not the version that everyone clamors for, but considering I have not played this, I thought that paying less than $7 for Twilight Princess is not a bad deal.
Nice.
And again, complete, and like the manual is like fantastic.
We all know the reason that version is cheap, though.
Oh yeah, it's got a little registration dealie. But yeah, no, I know that I'll have to swing the sword with my right hand, I guess. But yeah, so. Over the span of 2 days, not too bad. And I usually I get there and things are picked over, so I don't end up finding. They have Vice City and GTA 3 are there, but I didn't bother picking them up because they were at that $4 mark, and that's not. It's too close. It's not. The margins aren't good
cheaper
enough.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I think the copies I have are in good enough shape that I wouldn't be. I'd be flipping it for, if I flipped it, I'd be flipping it for all of maybe like 50 cents, which is just, it's not
worth it.
These, at least if I don't want them, I can probably double at least what I put into it.
Yeah.
Well, some of those would be some good trade credit to EB here in Canada right now. 50% trade double credit towards Switch products.
Maybe one of those. Or 2.
Well, the Xbox One and GTA 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For what he paid for them, and then get
Yeah.
trade credit.
Yeah.
I was thinking that I could go put these into Overwatch, but my rental store threw me a rent one get one. So
So rental store in Iowa, right?
Is everyone doing Overwatch on the Xbox 360? The Xbox One.
Yeah.
There are two groups that, and I swear we need to find a way to have a showdown someday. But Hodge, you're in the PS4 group.
Yeah.
So who all is in
I'll
that
join
group?
the PS4.
That group
Like,
needs
what's
more
your
players.
what's the PS4 party makeup?
9 times out of 10, it's Fraser, Miles, and myself that are playing on the PS4. And I know Josh has it on the PS4 creepily, but I haven't played with him. And Console Kev has it too. I've only played with him like once.
Like, who are your main?
I don't know. It depends. Like, normally if I'm defending, I like playing as Thorborn or Symmetra to start off. And then it also depends on feedback here. Sorry.
No, I don't think it's you. Hold on.
I muted.
Okay,
I
you
muted
got it.
Jared for now.
And then I guess it also depends on who you're going against. Like if you got a team, if we play No Limits, for example, and we got a team of a bunch of tanks, well, then you got to counter that the best way you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I jump all over the map, and if I feel like playing Soldier and somebody's playing something else, or if we don't have a healer, I'll jump in a healer. I love playing as Lucio.
Mm.
Yeah, we've all kind of, at least on the Xbox side of things, we've all kind of fallen into our
roles.
I don't know that I don't play in any but one character.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And,
You're gonna have to start practicing with people other than McCree.
I know. I need to start practicing with someone other than McCree. I get it.
No, that's fine. I wasn't making fun of you. I was just stating a fact.
No, it's true. It's absolutely true, because someday we're gonna have 5, and that 6th person's gonna steal him. It's gonna be a bad day.
Yeah.
I don't have any experience with healers like Mercy or Lucio, so whenever we don't have a healer and I don't really need to be Bastion, I'll just pick Soldier. It's like I can work with that and occasionally heal people.
Yeah, Soldier's the easiest guy to pick up and play as for sure, and he has healing, so it's awesome.
Yeah.
Lucio's nice because he just heals, right? You don't have to direct it at anybody. As long as you're beside them, you're healing them, so that makes Lucio nice.
Mm-hmm. I tried to play Zenyatta once. It didn't go well.
Yeah,
So
he's tough.
Eric, are you playing as someone other than Mercy when you've been playing solo these past couple nights?
Yeah, unless they don't have a healer, and then I'll play Mercy. But I've been playing. I've been going back to Soldier, and I forget her name already. The one with the rocket launchers who can fly.
Farah.
Farah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been practicing some of those.
Did you see the changes that are coming down for Bastion?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to make him that much better.
What's happening?
Yeah, what are the changes?
Yeah, his
Going to go from a stationary tank
not going to be as much of a spread, which will be nice. And then he can heal and walk at the same time. And he can transform faster.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this to help better balance the game, or?
Yeah, and
Really?
his just like the Symmetra boost was. Yee. Anyway, and I think his healing is going to be a timed effect rather than a standard effect, and I think you can move while it happens.
Oh, I didn't know it was timed.
No, it's not timed now, but I think they're switching it to timed. I'm not
That's what I mean. I
sure.
didn't know that was happening.
What does
I'm
that
not
mean?
sure it's happening. It's just like you pop the healing, and then it just heals as much as it's going to, and that effect runs out, and then it has to reload.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Rather than just standing still and pressing the heal button until you're fully healed, like it works now.
That's
Oh,
better.
is that how-
Actually.
okay, I didn't realize.
The fully healing one?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is probably why they need to balance that, because whenever I get hit with anything in the turret mode, And then I kill the one enemy. It's like, okay, you got to heal myself, and then I'm ready again.
Yeah.
So Bastion's heal will heal you completely?
It'll heal me completely
That's
if
what I
I
meant
don't
right
get
now.
shot for 10 seconds.
Okay. All right. So if I see you healing, I don't need to come.
Yeah.
It doesn't help you in any way.
Unless we're being sieged, and then I might need help.
Yeah. Okay.
But if I'm not in immediate danger, I can heal myself.
Yeah. All right. I get you.
I got a couple pickups, Musty, if you're done.
He stepped away.
Okay.
I have a single pickup, and I can present myself. So I'll get that out of the way, and then I'll present you.
Okay.
If this menu will allow me to. There we
I
go.
have a single pickup too.
Yeah, I picked up Salt Suit Lenos that was talked about last week. I put that in on the Hangout, and I got it a couple days later. I haven't tried it yet. Anyway.
Is that available widespread, or is that like one of those limited run physical?
It's widespread, but it's not really in physical stores from what I've seen. I'm going to let Troy get his one thing out of the way, and then I'll go over to Rocket.
I think I already put it in the video though.
Okay.
Metro Prime.
Yeah. Unless anyone's, in case anyone's listening to the audio version, say the title.
The only the reason why that happened is because a dog decided to hit my car, so I wasn't able to get the thrift shops this week.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say because the guy just gave you that or something. That's why you're saying you're sorry or something like that.
No, a dog hit my car.
So you didn't hit the dog?
No, it was the other way around. It's kind of funny.
That's good.
I was driving and it decided to come off the sidewalk into the front like passenger bumper and wheel well. So I didn't hit it like from the front of my car. It hit the side of my car.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then the owner and the dog ran away and did $1,400 worth of damage to my car. I just got it back today.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Yippee! So I have 0 pickups other than that one.
That must be a big ass dog that put that much damage to your car.
And it was like, I don't know, it was pretty big size, but it was just like really I don't know what you call it, built, but it was like rounded in shape, you know, like heavy kind of set dog.
Mm-hmm.
And like full battering ram mode.
Yeah, Irish Wolfhound or a Mastiff.
It was basically like a reverse accident because the dog hit me and then they ran and I stayed at the scene. And like, isn't it usually the car that drives away and it's a hit and run? Like they hit and then they ran. And I'm like, and I'm out $1,400 somehow. So this is great. So yeah, I didn't have a car all week, so whoop-de-doo. I missed out. Probably.
Anyway.
All right, well, I'll start off the first thing that's not a game, but game related. I remember Bill from STC Pod picked up one of these, and I think at a V-double or whatever he calls them now. But I found this. I was just walking. I didn't find any games at Goodwill this week, but I was walking past the sports section, and I found the Brunswick Wii Sports.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah. This is right next to the other bowling bags, but they didn't realize it was the Wii one, even though it says Wii on the front. It says $2.99 there, but it was like I think $2.70 because I got it with a discount, either my student discount or the senior discount I used.
Let's see.
Did they fall for that?
There's a card now, like a scan card, and they just scan the card, and because it's attached to my mom's name, I get the discount.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I lost my card and I took hers and I never given it back because I keep getting these deals. And then the Carney has he had a huge pickup where he's with some heavy hitters this previous week. Yeah. He's got a sale going on until tax day right now for 20% off in the store until April 15th. Everything in the store. So with his big Saturday pickups or something like that, he had a huge crowd that day, and I got these 3 games, and I picked up another one for my buddy, but I already gave it to him. So I'll just show what I got. I got this. I got Castlevania Symphony of the Night Black Label.
Oh, nice.
So it was complete in really good condition. Really good condition. That was $40, but I figured I'm never gonna see Black Label Castlevania for $40 anymore.
That's a great price, G.
Yeah, that's a good price for it.
This one was $27. It's missing the manual, but Wonder Boy, was it something
Monsterland,
yeah. No manual, but I think that was a really good price for it. And then I picked this up because it's only a couple bucks, but
Very cool.
I got Pro Skater 4.
Yeah.
Because I can't find my Pro Skater 4 anymore, and I figured for a couple bucks in complete good condition, I was happy with that for my pickups this week. He had We Love Katamari and Katamari Damacy, but the Katamari Damacy was gone instantly. And the We Love Katamari, I didn't like the condition on the inside ring of the disc. It had like a slight crack, and granted, it probably worked, but I just didn't. I figure I can get it probably. I could probably get it at that same price another time when I find it in better condition. So that's all I got for pickups this week.
I got some if anyone wants to hear.
Sure. You guys showing up, not hear it.
Yeah, well, I can't show them off. I bought these off P2 because he's selling his collection.
You lost your
I've
keys.
got.
Yeah, whoops. Oh well, that's just the regular glitch.
No, I'm here.
No, we just lost your video image. That's all.
Nah, this is when he's maybe.
Unless he's grabbing your stuff.
Video's off. There.
Am I back?
No.
Yep.
There
Yeah.
you are.
There you are.
There you go.
Well, there's nothing to show. I just bought P2's G list off his collection because he's selling his collection. I've got Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, Chrono Cross, Dragon Quest 8, Xenogears, and Ark the Lad Edition, I think.
He says his favorite game.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 7.
I got it for $170 for the whole lot.
Oh, geez.
Canadian? 170 Canadian?
New Zealand.
So around the same.
Close enough.
Yeah, it actually is.
I was gonna say that's a steal if it's Canadian.
Yeah.
That's
all
like $10
all the
American.
colony currencies are about the same.
Yeah.
The New Zealand and Canadian exchange rate is depressingly close.
So I'm pretty happy with that, but also kind of feel sad for Mark at the same time. But if he ever wants them back, he knows where he can get them.
For double the price. No.
Yeah.
Going rich.
I guess if that counts as a pickup, I'm getting his copy of Paper Mario off him.
The 1,000-Year Door.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll actually be able to play.
Oh yeah, because you couldn't play it, could you?
No, those glitches were strange on that emulator.
You get it, you get the copy, and it still does the same thing.
It's like blast you, Mario.
Yeah, that's it for me. Well, I got to basically, if I order something or buy something, I don't get to talk about it for about a month anyway because it takes so long to get here.
I'm gonna grab another beer. I'll be right back, guys.
Well, straight edge.
Not me.
Or the crooked edge.
Sorry, that was all I had.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm probably going to take off myself now, so wasn't here long, but hopefully I'll try to make an appearance more often.
Awesome. Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Take care.
So we might be getting a Matt Bandy sighting.
Yeah, I DM'd him the link to.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I don't know. I copied something and pasted something.
I just replied to the one that had all of your names on it and cut all your names out of it so that I wasn't bothering you guys again.
So you just copied and pasted something random in the DMs to
Well, no, I copied the shortcut, but I never trust these computers to work.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like he's gonna a message from Eric, Pornhub.
No.
Couldn't for Hangouts you use the same link every time?
I don't know about that too.
To start a new one, because I've clicked on old links and it will take me to a Hangout, and I'm assuming it's the same.
It'll take you to the call. Yeah, I mean, I think the call can. It's whether we Like, I think we could have a standing call. It's whether it streams is the.
Like, if you can get it back up to stream it.
Yeah, I don't think the live piece of it. I don't think you can resurrect that from a previous. Hangout.
We should try it and see if we can do it, because it would be a lot easier than having to go find links all the time. We'd have it.
That's true.
Canadian Retro.
Oh yeah.
You know how you were saying you like Christmas presents?
Okay, yeah.
I have decided I will build a smaller version of this thing as well. And I've already got a few people play testing who want to do play testing when it's released. Do you want to have one to have a play with?
Absolutely. Kidding me? That'd be awesome.
All right.
Whoa.
I was going to ask you before, but I never managed to get hold of you. Yeah.
Yeah. So just give me the details, kind of thing. I don't want to spill the beans or something on anybody or.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sort it out. I'll get in touch with you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I'm totally into it.
That's 3. That's cool. That'll be enough. That'll be enough. All right, sorry. I keep chiming in.
That's the point of it, man.
Did you show off your wee bag again there?
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry, do you have a wee bag?
I could show you it again.
Yeah. No, let's see it again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what?
That is so.
The bowling bag.
Cool.
It's got the Brunswick logo right there. The Brunswick, you can see right there. It even says it. I believe on the inside here. You can see.
So is it like fully like a legit bag? Like it just has "we" on it, but like it's like a bowling bag.
That one holds a bowling ball.
Well, this one doesn't hold a bowling ball, but it's got maybe a small one you can put in here. But it's got
you take it.
It's got all the sleeves.
Take it to the bowling alley with your Wiimotes and just stand in front of the lane.
Because this is where you're supposed to put your Wii's in the bottom, and then the bottom pouch, and then right here is supposed to be your cables and extra controllers and whatnot. But it says right there, Wii Sports Edition.
There was like a bowling ball peripheral, right? There was like a plastic ball, smaller, but
it does
I think I've seen it before.
It does look like it has room for the Samba de Amigo maracas.
And nobody would know that you're walking.
You can put your Wii in there.
I still need to try that Samba de Amigo game.
So, did you look up what that goes for? I've never even seen it before.
The Brunswick?
Yeah.
I saw it, I think, for a couple different prices. There's like a black one apparently too. I thought I think
the blue one looks like kind of retro dope looking. For sure.
Is this an official release? Like,
yeah,
that's cool.
My brother-in-law actually had it before. He had it for his, and I think because he bought like some special Wii Resort, and it came as like part of the Wii Resort. Like you bought Wii Sports, and you got like whatever this with it or something like that. So, but like I said, it was in the sports section. It was stacked up with some other empty bowling bags.
Wii Sports was a packing game, wasn't it?
Yes, but there's also a black and pink one. eBay's got a couple of those.
So I think it was part of the last Wii Resort
and a red and white one.
Oh, that was a stretch.
Someone's asking for one with a tag on it for $36. Someone says whatever. There's like a $30 one. Someone's got a $15 one over here. I don't know. They're like probably around $20, $10-20, somewhere around there. But I paid
like that thing's cool.
Yeah, I paid about $2.75 for it. So
I can't even find it like on eBay Canada. I'm looking right now.
$2.75.
Yeah.
Of course, I put Wii bag.
That's a steal.
Just type in like Wii Brunswick bowling bag or something like that. You might find it. Or Wii Sports bowling bag. See if you can find it that way.
Or just Wii Sports bag, or Wii Brunswick.
Yeah. I wish they brought out like it's. Not that anyone probably likes the sports games, but that Wii Sports that came with the Wii, I think it did anyway. There should be a packing game like that with the Switch. I reckon it'd sell a lot more.
That 1-2 switch. That is the perfect, probably packing game for that console.
Yeah, I don't see it selling heaps outside of the console.
You know, they really should have came with that as an addition then too, or something like that. Maybe like $20 more, you get that with 1-2 switch.
I honestly, if they threw in a packing game, I would have bought it straight away because basically your only choice right now is to go buy Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few games. I don't know.
Is there actually more launch titles than just Zelda now?
Well, I think Bomberman's going to be at launch.
Yeah.
And like that would be I tell you this, if Nier Automata wasn't coming out the following week, I probably would buy Bomberman also. But
is Bomberman going to be like full retail price? Because it doesn't seem like a full retail price kind of game.
I think it was.
I heard 40.
Yeah, I think it was 40 in the States. So
yeah.
Oh.
Which if they're doing that, I'm happy with. You know, pricing accordingly, where it's if it's not a mega title, don't make it $60. Make it,
Yeah, I mean Bomberman's a great game, great series, but the gameplay's not a $80 game or whatever.
No, but it's a fun multiplayer game, especially with friends and whatnot.
The only one of those bags that's exactly like the one that I see you have right now, somebody's got to buy it now, so that doesn't mean anything. But they want $40 for it on eBay Canada with $32 shipping. I can get it from the United States.
Well, I can keep an eye out.
Get it shipped to my house for $80.
If I don't want it by the fall, I'll bring it up to Canada.
Oh yeah, I can probably sell it to somebody, but it won't be me.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly wouldn't necessarily want one for the collection myself, but I think it's cool. But I should have space for it.
Oh. You would have picked it up if it was $275. Mm-hmm. I mean, it actually is a really good carrying case because I used it before when I was borrowing his Wii to play Skyward Sword because I didn't have a Wii at the time.
Oh, cool!
So he just gave me that bag. He's like, "Here you go," and it's a great travel bag. Like everything's secure in there, and
if you use that to carry on a plane, they'll probably strip search you.
There you go. Take a look.
There's a ticking sound coming from it,
and a humming noise.
They're not. Did you guys like the Bomberman 64 and the Bomberman 64 Second Attack?
I like Second Attack better than the first one, personally.
I haven't played them,
but I like them both, and I actually really like Bomberman Heroes too.
I really wish they made this Bomberman was like those games. I reckon it would have been awesome.
I think the new one's got potential to be good. Like I said, I will pick it up eventually. I just won't pick it up. I
haven't really heard much about it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a Bomberman game like that for a while, though. They were quite cool.
That's because Hudson Soft went out of business and they sold it to Konami, and Konami had no idea what to do with the property.
Like to make a game where you drop bombs in a maze, they couldn't figure it out.
Well, if it's not Castlevania looking Super Emo or something like that, or where you fight robots and whatnot,
You imagine Bomberman, and he's got like a somber kind of.
He's just grey, one full grey color.
I mean, because that's like what Konami's like their last official game, I think, was Pro Evolution Soccer, and I don't think that sold that well. So this would be like their first game since that came out like last year.
I don't know the whole story about it, but I do know that they've gone downhill a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how long. Well, if that Metal Gear game, I don't think came out yet. They're online shooter Metal Gear.
Are they the ones that stop their own workers going to their award nights and stuff?
Yeah, they stopped Kojima, but that's because he was leaving. They don't want to get shit on. And Jeff Keighley gave a big emotional speech about Kojima being a hero.
Uh-huh.
How about this PewDiePie guy, huh?
I didn't even know he had signed with Disney, so I was shocked that was
what?
Thing. I had no idea.
What?
He signed with Disney.
he had signed with Disney, and then Disney just cut him because of something he did a few months ago.
Because he made a video with he paid a couple of guys to hold up a sign that said "Death to Jews" or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know what the context.
How
is
shocking!
That, but yeah.
Well,
Jeez.
the things that I was reading about it is, Disney.
Death to Jews. Why would you do
It
that?
was probably a joke.
Yeah,
Not a
but
good
someone's
one,
going to
but
get
still.
triggered by that.
Yeah, I think that's probably the point.
But the weird
Maybe
thing
Maybe
is
maybe that's just comedy in what Finland? Is that where he's from, or
Oh.
is it Swedish or something like that?
He just tells Disney, "Oh, it was satire. Oh, I'm sorry, contract reinstated."
Right, we'll just make a parody of firing you.
Can you just say wasn't Walt Disney a Nazi supporter?
Yeah, Disney has its own history, its own very, very, very bad history. So it's kind of ironic.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like Germany censoring Nazi stuff out of video games?
Oh, I don't.
Where's that music
I
coming
think
from?
that's
Which
a
one
thing.
are you?
Oh, that's my daughter's stuff. I'll turn it down. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have a good way to bring that up, but that's been going for a while now.
Oh, I didn't think you guys could hear it.
I just didn't want to get a content strike or something like that for copyright.
Oh, no, I'll turn it off. Sorry.
I don't think Wheels on the Bus is a copywritten song.
No, I'm pretty sure Wheels on the Bus is not copyrighted. It's too ancient now.
As long as we don't stop talking, then it can't isolate just the.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as we don't stop talking, then it'll just be creepy background noise, and no one will
Play
know.
some Sonic music for like 30 seconds.
I look at those little green
so
dots
all these
that
people
come up
fighting.
when you speak, and I thought if it's not bringing up any green dots, you can't hear it.
Oh.
You know the three dots that come up next to you?
Yeah.
Your thing?
Yeah.
So that's not the case then, you can hear that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
that's probably been going for like an hour.
I knew it was you. So I did mute you once.
So Musty, thank you for
what?
For
gonna be
mentioning
my
the fact that I shouldn't reveal the seller in that video, because I think that's probably a good idea. I didn't really think of it, so I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I guess I don't. I should let you save that for your video, but yeah, I think if you just talk about what happened and not,
yeah,
because people get weird, you know, like if someone all of a sudden knows it's this guy, like,
yeah, they'll go after the guy.
Yeah, and I don't really want that. I want the warning out there to people to watch for that kind of thing, not to go after that seller.
Yeah,
and honestly, because it didn't personally affect me, I don't have anything against that seller. I mean, they did list it properly in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So
was it like a
buried? Getting all
repro? Was it like a repro situation? They buried it, or
yeah, they buried it in the listing. You didn't watch the video yet, or
okay?
Yeah.
No, I did. You post it today?
I posted it last night, so it was this morning. Yeah, I think it got posted out at midnight or so.
I think mentioning the seller's name versus not mentioning it is the difference between calling someone out specifically and just putting a warning out.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have mentioned their name in it. It's just it just made me have to think about editing and making sure that you couldn't see that, because I show the listing, right, and I didn't want to yeah. But I didn't even think of that, and then he kind of mentioned that's what I was saying. Thank you, because I don't want to start beef with somebody. It's not what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about warning people to watch out for stuff like this.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been intentional, but that would have.
What is it?
It was just like a Super Nintendo lot, and the guy kind of on eBay, and the guy kind of buried the fact that there was a reproduction Hagane in there, and then the listing sold for 600 and basically $700 if you include shipping.
That's a high value game, is it? I don't even know.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's about 500 loose, I think, right?
Oh shit! So that was most of the lot price.
It's about 900 Canadian loose. That's the cheapest I could find.
Yeah, even if you go for the Japanese version, it's still expensive.
Yeah, it's still
it's not as expensive, but it's still expensive.
I've never heard of it.
I don't know. It's pretty uncommon.
Stupid hard platformer.
Yeah. It's a good title though, like from what I've heard. So, but anyways, that was in there, and then the person just kind of like buried the fact that it was a reproduction, so they put it in like the finer details rather than putting it in like the main listing or in their description of anything.
Yeah, you would have either needed to go over with a fine-tooth comb, reading every bit of thing, or you would have needed to
buried it between like information. Like when you read a paragraph, you don't randomly throw something in the middle of it. That's what he did, right? Like,
so someone would have gone, hell yeah, bought that lot, thinking.
Well, that's what they did. They ended up putting it had like a system with like no power supply. So I mean, what's that, like $40 right there, maybe? And then it had Donkey Kong Country. So like in Canada, that would be another like $30
Yep.
And then Hagane, I mean, because it's reproduction, would have been like $50 maybe. So like then the rest of it was schlock. It was all just like sports titles or whatever, right? Like three $2 titles. So I actually price charted it out. It was about $100 worth of stuff according to price chart in American. So like 150 Canadian maybe,
including the price of the repro.
Including the price of the repro. I just kind of like estimated that.
Yeah.
And like someone paid 660 whatever plus shipping, so probably like $700 for that entire lot. And I was just like, that's the buyer's fault, man. Really, it is. You have to read the listing. If you're gonna spend $700, you're not gonna read everything. I'm sorry, but
it's greasy, but it's like you read the listing.
It's in the listing. It's just buried in the listing.
Yeah.
Was it an auction or was it a buy-it?
It was an auction, so it started at like $1.
Wow. Okay. Which means that there had to have been two people who were.
Oh, there was a number of people I think bidding on it. It's hard to tell, right? Because you can't see all the names, but you can like pull it up and you can see sort of acronym type things. But
it's almost one of those situations where you get somebody else boosting the price.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's dirty.
So
I mean, because originally I was going to bid on it because I was like, because the way it looks, right? You're like, the person didn't put Hagane in the title. It's not even mentioned in the main description. So people might not notice this, and I might be able to get it for like $300. And then I'm like, this would be great.
Expensive.
And that was, I think that was the setup.
Yeah.
I almost fell for that setup.
Yeah. It's greasy on the seller end, but it's the buyer's fault for spending money.
Then I spotted it, so I didn't bid.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like they shouldn't do that, but if you see something like that, do your research, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like if it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true.
Yeah.
Which means it isn't true.
Yeah, the first eBay purchase I made was a copy of Metroid. And the picture they had was and I didn't really know what VGA graded stuff was, but there was a picture of a VGA graded Metroid there. Like looked like a legit photo, like not just a stock photo.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, that looks different. I'm gonna get it. I got it for what the going rate at the time for Metroid was. I can't remember if I left like neutral feedback or if I actually just like messaged them afterwards, be like, you should probably use real, actual photos.
What did you get?
I got a good loose copy of Metroid, like what I expected to get, but the fact that it had this VGA graded one as the picture, I was kind of like,
that's greasy.
Greasy.
But I only spent
Randy Bobandy.
I know I've had weird things actually go in my favor with eBay. Like there was one time my Super Mario World and my Super Mario All-Stars person, the listing had both games on there. And I put the money, like I did the PayPal, but I don't think they had their PayPal connected to their account right, because it just was sitting out there. And I kept messaging them and just saying, look, the payment's out there. I don't know what's going on. You need to connect your PayPal. And eventually they said, oh, well, I went ahead and shipped it. And then all of a sudden, PayPal said, this has gone unclaimed. It's yours. So they gave me back my money.
Weird.
Yet she had already shipped it to me, and I was like, I gave you every opportunity to connect the dots there, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's their problem.
Bad person. My bad person.
They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah. The only thing you could have done at that point is said, I just got my money back, don't know what to tell you. But I think they would have been able to tell that.
I mean, she had every ability to contact me. She had every ability to. I think it was.
Like, it was kind of one of those things. Like at that point, balls in their court.
Yep. I'm not going to do your job for you to.
Yeah.
Connect the most basic piece of information.
And the most crucial, important piece of information if you're selling something.
Yeah. If you want to get paid, you got to get that thing right. And if it's not right,
you want to get.
Not my fault. The fact that she shipped it without connecting the dots on her side first is
yeah, she shipped it without payment. Like,
yeah,
I know.
Even though the payment back was her fault.
I mean,
it's so weird. Like, you don't get paid, then you ship it.
Yeah, so I think probably rookie mistake. I didn't even bother to look. I could go back and look at eBay bought history and see if it was like a first sale for her. But like sometimes I'm afraid to buy from low feedback people. Just it's such a wild card, right?
Yeah.
Then you get something that's like wrapped up in grocery bags and
as long as it's what I wanted, I don't care what they wrap it in, as long as it doesn't smell, stink, or rot.
I that one I've just been slipped up with, though that had like 98% positive feedback and heaps of reviews, so I was a bit pissed off.
What was it? Was it
Immortal?
Immortal?
Yeah, Immortal, yeah.
Didn't you buy Dark Cloud 2 recently?
No, I lost that
by 50 cents.
Yeah.
Was that a pricey game these days? Or
I was looking $20 US.
Are either of those games?
First one?
The first
I own the first one. First one's brilliant. They're both good games. I've just
the first one's cheap.
Yeah.
Never. That was when I bought my PlayStation 2 back in the day. That came with it and Final Fantasy X.
I saw the Carney, I think, had both Dark Cloud 1 and 2, but I didn't see the price on them this weekend.
But it went for $20.50.
It seems pretty reasonable for that. I mean, I remember it going for more. Because I remember when I got my copy, I got it at the thrift store for $5. No manual. I still haven't gotten a manual for the thing. But again, it's not a brag. I'm just using an example. But I went across the street because the thrift store is across the street from the local game store, and they never go to the thrift store. That's another reason it's like, you guys are dumb.
Is it like a 3D? I kind of remember. I remember because I bought it because the character on the cover looked like Link. When I remember, I played it for like 10 minutes, and I thought it resembled nothing like Zelda, so I returned it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
You're a goof, but still sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, I think I was looking. I think I was just looking for more games for my PS2.
Yeah.
So
I still haven't played it, but either way, the end of my point was that I went over across to the local game store after getting that for $5 at the thrift store, and I told them I found that because they knew I go to thrift stores, and they just asked me if I found it, and I said that I found Dark Cloud 2 for $5, and they're like, Jesus. They were like really surprised. So I guess it was going for more at the time. That was all I was.
So I know the second one's got a lot of variety when it comes to actual gameplay. Like, is the first one does the first one lead in like that? Like, does it have the Spheda and the
no mini game in the first one.
Okay.
But better bring your weapon repair powder in the first one because I don't know how the second one goes. I've not played it yet, but if your weapon damage, the weapon endurance gets to 0, you lose that weapon forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's. I can't remember if you can repair it after it's been damaged. You just can't. I think you just can't use it in the second game.
Oh no, you lose it in the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll be at this crucial point where you've like, fuck, I've got to kill like one more person, get the key to finish the dungeon, or do I just exit? You know?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to lose this really good weapon. It gets some real tedious points in it like that.
Yeah, would a good comparison for like the difference between Dark Cloud 1 and 2 be like the difference between Soul Blazer that it's really similar to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's,
yeah. You sound distracted there.
Yeah, pause for effect. Anyway,
my daughter wanted my phone.
Yeah. So it's like the difference between Soul Blazer and like one of the other games in that series, like Illusion of Gaia.
Terranigma.
Terranigma, whatever the other ones were. I know there's Terranigma, but I couldn't remember what the second one was.
Illusion of Gaia.
Yeah, thought so. But like the difference between those games and that series.
Oh, they're bipolar. They're not even anything like each other.
Okay, never mind then, because I haven't played any of those. Just I knew Soul Blazer, and I knew those were connected. That's it.
They are connected, but I don't think they really.
Again,
they're like three different standalone games.
Yeah. Then again, that's why I was asking: is that a good comparison gameplay-wise in terms of the relative bareness of Soul Blazer versus the variety in the other two? But I guess that'll be a no then.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Dark Cloud 1 is more barren than Dark Cloud 2. Point made.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just only played Dark Cloud 2, but they're both good from what I've seen.
I can't wait to play Dark Cloud 2 because we didn't get it over here. Well, we did, but it was called Dark Chronicles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
There was some kind of Dark Cloud already here or something. I don't know why they couldn't do it.
Probably a similar reason why it was Dragon Warrior instead of Dragon Quest over here.
Yeah.
Like there was like a tabletop RPG that was called Dragon Quest over here for something. I think that was the reason for that.
Oh, does anyone know? eBay question.
Sure.
Change your shipping address. I want to change. Can you do it? Say I've got a shipping address set up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But off the top of my head, how to do it? I think you're because you have to use PayPal, right? You're gonna want to do it there too.
Yeah, because I gotta buy a lot of games, but they're going for trade. Not your one, must be a different one.
Yeah, you get to go through your My eBay and I think change it.
Otherwise, I'd have to send them to New Zealand, then send them back to the US. It's just kind of stupid. So
kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah. I might go. My daughter wants some attention. I think I might. Yeah, I'll let you know. I think I'm getting parts for your systems this week, guys. So
sounds good.
I'll send you.
We'll keep in touch on the Discord.
Yeah, I'll send you some stuff, some footage of it. But send me your console lists and what you want, and I'll see what I can make work for you.
Sounds good.
All three of you.
Appreciate it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, have fun, guys. Thanks for the chat.
All right, we'll talk
See
to
you
you
next
later.
week. Ikaruga's on the Dreamcast, huh?
It is?
Yeah. At least I think so. I know it's on the GameCube.
Yeah, I know it's on the GameCube. I didn't realize it was on Dreamcast, too.
According to Wikipedia, it is.
That's weird.
The Dreamcast port of Ikaruga was imported by gamers worldwide. Okay, it was imported.
So that means it's in Japanese or something?
Maybe?
So it's a Japanese Dreamcast game.
Yeah. Well,
that's probably why I'd never heard of it.
Maybe I can burn it then or something. Apparently it's on the 360 as well, but
can you play non-region? Is it region locked? The Dreamcast?
I have played. I'll tell you this: I've played Shenmue 2, the PAL European version, burnt a year before I bought it for the original Xbox, which was in the Americanized one. So I was playing the English or UK version of the game. Because it never got released in the States on the Dreamcast, but I played it on the Dreamcast originally through being burnt. I know there's a mod where you can mod it, where you can flip a switch, so like it'll adjust to the regions that you play it on. But I know you can just download PAL games and play it.
Okay.
So I imagine it will work if you just download the Japan version of it.
And how did you discover this, that it was a Dreamcast? Are you just doing random searches right now or something?
Yeah, because we kind of want to play Garuga too. But like, I just don't know if the GameCube version's expensive. I should look into that real quick.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it's like right up there.
I see this on the 360. Was it?
Something makes me think that the GameCube one's in like the $50 range.
I mean, you got to pay that Nintendo tax, right?
Ikaruga.
I remember like just people picking it up and they're like, "Oh, like
a shooter, you know, it's amazing.
That's huge." Yeah.
Which
yeah.
one?
$49.50 complete on the price charting.
Which game?
Ikaruga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in Canada, I think it goes for like 80. I think that's what people ask for it. Let me check.
Let's see if I can find. I'm gonna see if I can find on Pirate Bay real quick here. See if I can find. Actually, I'll just check. Yeah, it's on the 360's arcade.
Yeah, that's how I have it.
Mm-hmm.
I barely played it though.
I wonder how much it goes on there. Let's check that out.
Probably $10.
Xbox.
10, 15.
I mean, that's not a bad option then. You know.
Yeah, relative to other Xbox Live Arcade stuff, not great, but still.
Actually, I have the app on my phone. I can check right now.
I can check right now.
What am I doing? I also want to see if I can play on the Dreamcast, because if it's a Dreamcast option, I kind of want to burn it for that. Add to that stack of burnt Dreamcast games I got.
Someone paid like $105 for the Dreamcast Japanese one.
That doesn't surprise me either.
Don't they know you can burn a Dreamcast game?
Yeah.
You dummies.
They must be really down with it or something. It's weird. Like some people are paying $100 and whatever for it, and then some people are paying like $60. It's all over the place, that game.
Yeah. I've never bothered to look up how to burn Dreamcast games. I really need to do that.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I just never bothered. And
I used to like
series.
load all the ISOs onto like sites.
Mm.
You know, fully illegally.
Yeah. What do you need? Just CDs?
Yeah, the CDs. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're really easy to copy too. Like, you know, just if you want to make them for people, it's buy like what's called like Image Burn or something, or not buy it, just download it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Image Burn was the one I used to do it.
Yeah. It's not that I wasn't able; I just never bothered.
Never bothered to.
Yeah.
It's a treasure game. That's always the big draw.
Don't you have to have a certain model of Dreamcast, from what I remember?
For the play burnt games?
Yeah. The older version did, and the newer didn't, or something.
I had.
Is that one always manufactured before a certain date? Was like always the question.
The two versions I have both play it. I have the Sega Black Sports Edition one, the Sega Sports one, and that one plays them. And I bought a white one, and it plays it. So,
but I think it depends on the manufacture date. Let me check that. I'll check that out. Curious about that now all of a sudden.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to reference it right now. My Dreamcast is buried over there. They're a bunch of crap.
I do not have a Dreamcast.
I got the Joe approach where I have one just in case my first one breaks. So
a backup to your backup?
No, just a backup, not a backup to my backup. I, on the other hand, play my Dreamcast, not like playing a ColecoVision.
Yeah, so Troy, Yoshi sent me back my Master System. It works now.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome. And so what is that? It's outputs in what? S video or something?
No, he didn't do anything. He
just recapped it? Yeah.
He didn't change the outputs for me. I thought about it, but I was asking Eric for the most part. I was like, he's like, if you're going to be playing it a ton, you might as well. But
Yeah.
he said if you're not, if I end up getting like the Retrovision cables,
Yeah.
they'll work if I leave it stock on this. So that's a potential outcome. If I change my mind, if all of a sudden this becomes something that I'm playing a ton of, then maybe I'll have Yoshi then at that point change that up. But
I mean, I have games for it. Mine basically just sits there because I don't have something about, I can't remember, like, to hook it up. It's just too inconvenient or something to hook it up to my system. I mean, so I gotta dig around behind my TV, which is like plastered into the wall and whatever. I really want to get one of those power-based converters I can just chuck in the Retron 5 and away we go.
Those new ones that they...
Not like the old one where you can actually put the cartridge in it, or the cards in them.
There's a new thing that also takes Game Gear games. I don't know if it's actually released yet.
I think it's the same thing. You put
that Retro Blocks is going to be able to do all that.
Yeah, I mean it's similar to that one, but it's for the Retron 5.
That one I'm pretty hype about. That Retro Blocks, it looks wicked. The interchangeable modules. That's going to be hype.
Oh yeah, that one. Sorry, I was thinking about something different.
Oh.
And I have no idea what either of you were talking about.
So the Retro Blocks is like you buy different like control or different cartridge ports that like snap onto that thing, or
it basically just like slides out, slides in. So you want to play Super Nintendo games, you take that module and you plug it into the system. But the system itself looks like it already has a disk drive in it.
Yep.
So that's for playing like Sega CD games. What else is there? There's Sega CD. There's PlayStation 1. Those are the two I know for sure. There's other. I think it's going to play other ones too. And it's already built into like the main module. And then you take out the module, you plug in like Super Nintendo. Take that out, you plug in like the Nintendo one, which has like a Famicom and a Nintendo slot. And like you can interchange them, and you can buy, I guess you could buy whatever modules you want. So you can buy the main system, which will have that CD thing in it. But then you can also buy whatever ones you want for the other things. So you're not like looking at like a Retron 5 where it has like a whole bunch of slots in it. You don't have that kind of eyesore plan going on with this thing. It's just like you buy whatever module you want and it has a couple slots in it.
That's cool.
Then you have to kind of, I don't know, I'd have to think of a good way of storing all those modules though, but I'm kind of interested in it.
Yeah, so it's a Kickstarter right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says that at launch, it'll be able to do NES, both Super NES and Super Famicom, Genesis, Mega Drive, both Japanese and European, 32X, Master System support with a power-based converter, 2600, PC Engine, TurboGrafx, Super Graphics, and then in the CD drive it's PS1, Sega CD, 32X CD, Mega CD, and then PC Engine CD, Super CD-ROM, Arcade CD-ROM, and TurboGrafx CD.
And the thing can do so much, it's crazy.
Wow.
The problem is, does it do it well? Is it a jack of all trades or what? You know, like, has it got some skill in everything, or is it going to be optimized for everything?
Install games, yes. Can you install ROMs? No. So you'll still need your physical copies.
Yeah.
This is okay. So yeah, they're catering to the I wonder what where's the Kickstarter? See if I can find it. Yeah. I'll look up later. No one wants to see me just scrolling through my phone. Yeah. No, I keep trying to think of what the next console is going to be, right? Like, what am I missing? Because now I finally have stuff to play on a Saturn. I have my Master System, but I don't have a Dreamcast. Maybe that's it.
It's the year of Sega, man.
It's the year of Sega.
Is that like the only, like, I'm not going to say modern gen, but like mid-gen system that you're missing, like out of the main ones?
So I have, let's see, just in my, I don't have a 32X. That's one thing I'm missing.
I mean, like between N64, PS1, and PS3, 360.
I don't have PS3.
Okay.
Yeah, everything, I have up to PS2, but then I don't have those last two. What else don't I have? I don't have like a Jaguar. I don't have a Dreamcast, but I think I've got everything. Yeah, I've got everything else.
Yeah, but like that kind of early and mid disc generation, that's probably like the cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
So Dreamcast is popular and also kind of in that cheaper area. So that would be something that would be easy to get next. And then you can just pirate every game for it.
Instead of I can go for a 3DO or a
Neo Geo.
a CDI. Play those bad Zelda games.
I think you should get a Neo Geo just so you can play those arcade games.
I want a Neo Geo.
All they do is have fighting games on them. Now I love my fighting games, but it's just like.
But like, well, no, it's got Bust a Move, the best version of Bust a Move.
Yeah, but a Neo Geo is like $400.
I know. The one that Joe from Joe Goes Retro. He's got his. Is that a gold one?
I think so.
Yeah, that's nice. Hey, it's Matt.
Hey.
Hello.
You weak? Oh, there he is. Okay. This photo was still for a second there where your eyes are closed.
Like waiting for him to say something.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Oh, hey.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
You're kind of quiet, though.
I can turn up your volume.
Okay. Hang on.
While we're waiting, just because you mentioned Bust a Move, that's like Puzzle Bobble, right?
Yep, it is. Yeah.
Okay, just so I have my titles right. I'm playing Pac-Man Pop. It's actually a pretty decent Bust a Move-like thing. You can play on mobile.
There was a lot of clones in that like mid to late 90s because there's like, you remember Snood?
Oh yeah, that's actually what I played.
You played Snood? Yeah.
Yep.
I played Snood quite a bit. But yeah, I love Bust a Move. My wife loves Bust a Move. So if I could get a Neo Geo stand up, that would be absolutely in slot number 1.
Yeah,
no doubt.
But it's like something if you want something on mobile that works pretty well.
Yeah,
Pac-Man Pop.
That is it.
Metal Slug.
I think King of the Monsters. I'd want.
I haven't played those in years. I think the second one on Genesis.
Windjammers.
That's the same series, right?
Because yeah, I remember there was this. So we had this arcade that it wasn't really just an arcade. Like it was like it's a great place for birthdays. There was the free play arcade, but then there was like the really small soccer like enclosed indoor soccer field. So you could play like 4-on-4 soccer in there. Then they had these like trampolines that were like sectioned off into quarters, and you'd have a ball that you're trying to shoot into the other people's. There's almost like a basket behind their section. But I used to play that King of the Monsters all the time. That and Lethal Enforcers Arcade.
Love that game.
Yeah, that game is good.
Player 1.
Reload.
Yeah, reload. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Did you ever get a Justifier?
I haven't yet.
For your Sega CD for Sega Play?
I should just get a complete one because I hear they're not expensive.
The Carney has the box for the Genesis one for like $40 complete. It's got a couple of them, so it'd be what, like, for 20% off right now. I think what that would be, what, 32?
Yep.
Yeah. So
well, if it's still there in April, maybe we actually run over there.
Yeah, he'll have a deal going during the convention. He actually said, like, because he was handing out flyers, that like he had to go back because his store got swamped with people coming in checking out his store, and he was running a sale, I think, last time too. He just didn't have a table there. It's a very interesting store. I really like it because there's a lot of like 80s feel he's got in there with the like Elvira cutout, like, like promotional cutouts, like her course like cutout and everything. Nice. And like he's got like some old, like, like, I think he's got like a Freddy Krueger one, a Chuck, he's got like a lot of like your 80s tropes, toys, 80s toys and whatnot in there. Besides so it's not just video games. It's like an all-around collection shop.
Yeah, we need to start thinking about. I know I started the forum thread for that one. We need to start mobilizing because that is going to be upon us real quick.
Yeah, I keep forgetting it's like 40 days away or something like that.
For which thing?
Midwest
Gaming Classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was not paying attention for just long enough to miss the point.
Yeah. No, because I'm like, oh, like, yeah, I forget it's like the week of opening day. It's the weekend of opening day. Opening day starts that Monday, and then that weekend after it is Midwest Gaming Classic. So I'm just like, oh yeah, whatever.
I think we're gonna go to the game on Friday. That's what I brought that up to my sister, and she's on board. So
those tickets go available soon.
That's what I figured I need to jump on that pretty soon here.
My buddy, a lot of my friends won the tickets because it's a lottery for opening day because everyone wants to go to it because it's the biggest party. It's a huge, huge party.
I'm sure.
So, and like I've been going every year since junior year of high school. So that one's always a fun time, especially when you have friends who are chefs who cook the food for you. So
yeah, that's
nice.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here before I fall asleep on stream.
I recommend it.
You can be on a Mandego episode too, huh?
I know, right? So sorry I didn't get a chance to clean any games in front of you tonight, but
I knew something was missing.
You couldn't even
hear
that
toothbrush noise,
scratching sound in the background.
What's that mysterious scratching noise?
All right, guys, I'm out. Talk to you later.
Enjoy.
See ya.
Yep.
So Matt, how was SoCal?
It was good. Are you guys? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Now we can.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Yeah, it was good. It was the third time I've been to it, but it was the first time it was at a legit expo. Before it was at this place called Frankensons, which I don't know if you guys had ever heard of that before. It's a large collectible show in Southern California. It's in LA. It's only open on Wednesdays and it's this huge warehouse, almost like a indoor flea market, but there's individual booths that people rent out and they sell their stuff. There's a lot of sports memorabilia, a lot of movies, a lot of just there, and they'd had it there before the last 2 years, and it's just really, really tiny space, and there's zero parking at the place, so it was kind of a nightmare getting to it, but they had it at a larger center this year, so it was nice. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was a fun time, but it just felt like there was something I don't know, missing about it. It was just kind of but it was cool hanging out with Curtis and Vintage and NES Complex and some other guys and Chris Roberts and.
That's awesome.
But
was Curtis
my very first.
I was gonna say, was Curtis really that? Was Curtis really that short?
No, he squatted down.
Okay, that picture was pretty. Everyone was towering over him.
Yeah, no, he's kind of actually he's not really short. He's probably close to 6 foot, but I'm 6'6". I'm tall, and great. Chris is tall, and Vintage is tall. So it was.
And Chris, tall.
Yeah. So, yeah, he squatted down a little bit. Yeah, it was a good time. I got some cool stuff. But,
that's good. Yeah,
I'd never seen so many. They had a ridiculous amount of boxed NES games there. There was almost more boxed games than there was loose cards. It was insane.
I almost wonder where people dig that stuff up. That stuff's been gone.
Yeah.
That stuff's over like 30 years old now. It's almost close to it at least.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to be from a dilapidated old mobile home now, apparently.
Honestly,
what was that from? I don't remember. Either way.
Well, who collected? I mean, who saved their boxes back in the day? I mean, I remember opening up the box. Did. You did?
No, I didn't. No, I wish I had. I chucked those things.
I started when I had the 64 because that's when I started buying my Nintendo games back again, when I started having my own little pocket change, and I noticed how much more a game was valuable when it had its box, especially for Super Nintendo. So I started keeping the boxes, the cardboard boxes for the N64 games.
Nice.
So I have a good amount of those. I want to say close to 40. But I only have about 20 that I know where they are. I just don't know where the other 20 are. I know that I haven't thrown them out. Just buried somewhere under a pile somewhere.
Yeah, all my original boxes from Super Nintendo and Nintendo probably didn't make it past Christmas or the Christmas Day or the day of my birthday.
I tried saving the manuals, but I know they got lost. A lot of my Super Nintendo ones got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Game Boy ones, the Game Boy boxes were immediate pitch for me. But yeah, I had one of those zippered cushion case, the black ones that were yay big, and they had the zip around. So it was a spot in there for manuals.
Oh, nice.
Or at least a spot where it was reasonable to put manuals, and so that was where it went. And you take your clamshell Game Boy games, you stack them over there. The unit goes there, and then all the manuals stack there, and throw the rest.
Yeah, because that's what I think it's for, right? To throw it away. You didn't need it. It came with a shell for it,
Yeah.
Same thing with Nintendo. It had the dust sleeve. There you go. Prevent dust. Same thing with the Super Nintendo. Dust sleeve, right? Plastic dust sleeve. It wasn't until the Genesis where you had something where you put it, basically. You can put it and you can close it, basically.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed to say that just before I moved, which was also maybe half a year or a year before I started collecting seriously, I just in kind of a rush to get whatever I had to pack away for moving, I ended up throwing away some cardboard Genesis boxes and Super Nintendo boxes and N64 boxes. And then I less than half a year later regretted that because I was like, oh god damn it. Those would have added so much value. And there was Mystical Ninja on N64, and the one I regret on Super Nintendo that I remember is the hard case Terminator, RoboCop versus Terminator. It's I threw that out. I'm like, damn it.
I think if I was gonna buy a box for any Super Nintendo game, I probably would try to buy the box for Donkey Kong Country too, because that was I was so excited to get that game. I remember just looking all over, holding and keep bringing out the box for that one. And I had Donkey Kong Country 3, but I don't care about that game. I hate that game.
Yeah.
So, But that was such a disappointment because even though I really like Dixie a lot, that I really didn't like that game.
I don't think I've ever played that one.
No, I wouldn't waste your time. I wouldn't waste my time with it. Yeah,
I used that as collateral so that I could get my Gargoyles quest.
Good decision. Was that on the 100 list?
Acceptable losses.
Gargoyles quest?
No. Donkey Kong Country 3.
Yes.
That list is wrong.
I think that falls under acceptable losses.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd rather finish my NES wish list than my Super Nintendo wish list at this point.
You have six games left. Was that what it was?
Yep.
What do you have left?
Dragon Warrior 3 and 4, and Retro Faith Games, who was on earlier. He lives in New Zealand. He's sending me 3, and then we were working out a trade for number 4, so that there's 2 of those lined up.
Nice.
And it's Battletoads Double Dragon.
Oh, I got that like 2 months ago.
I think it's actually a really good port.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's like Battletoads, but a good game.
Yeah.
So there's that. Tengen Tetris.
Okay.
Oh well, like
you see that you'll see that in Midwest.
Have normal Tetris, like
you'll see Tengen Tetris at Midwest Gaming Classic. I always see that.
I'm sure. Well, and at least this year I can be like, I'll allocate money so that I can pick that up.
I had a funny thrifting fail for Tengen Tetris when you're done.
And then the last 2 are Zombie Nation and Samson.
Okay.
So I think
you can work a trade out with Rob for Samson.
No, that the guy ended up negotiating a trade. I think he got a complete in box Pocky and Rocky 2 and a couple other things for that Samson. Yeah. No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask John Riggs to make me distinguishable repros that are obviously not real copies, so that I can at least say I have them, play them, and then if luck happens,
you fall into a thrift store.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not going to happen. Like
it could happen.
The days of that happening, I think, are done.
I'll just wait for that bubble to burst. You'll get it.
There you go.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden it's realized that Samson's not truly that rare. It's just
it's raining Samsons.
It's just a bunch of assholes that have them stored in their garage, basically, and not selling them.
Much like Hagane, from what I hear.
Well, the problem with Hagane and I was watching SNES Drunk do some fact finding on Hagane. He did a video about it.
Yeah, I think it was either him or him in combination with Re-Res that I saw like stuff going back and forth around that.
Because they couldn't find actual proof that Hagane was a Blockbuster only game.
Yeah,
but that somebody cited it like 10 years ago, and it's been this artificial truth from that point on.
Yeah, the alternate fact that everyone believes.
Yes, that's true. Now that's not to say that it doesn't deserve the price tag that it's getting.
Yeah. I think we could just say that just by default. I mean, it should be worth a bit, not that much.
No.
Yeah, I don't think any video game should be worth $500.
No. Well, I mean, you get like Aero Fighters. Aero Fighters is over $1,000 at this point, I think.
Jesus.
It should.
It's at least 800. I think it's in that range of like the highest of NES level.
Actually, when you said Aero Fighters, I don't know what that game is, but I went to Aero the Acrobat for some reason in my head. That would have been way worse.
That's also expensive.
It is? Damn it.
And Zero the kamikaze squirrel.
Yeah, not that I give a damn about getting Arrow the Acrobat. I just would have been frightened to hear it's expensive.
Yeah, I don't. It's not cheap, I don't think, but it's. There's a lot of that, like mid range on SNES is much more than. Like I would almost consider mid range like almost like $60 to like $200 on Super Nintendo, whereas mid range on NES is. I don't know. I'm trying to build tiers into this for no apparent reason, but
yeah, common, uncommon, rare, super rare.
Mm-hmm.
The standard ones.
But yeah, like I watched Dean walked away with complete in box Harvest Moon from Portland last year. Oh. Or no, was it him or was it Rob? Rob got Harvest Moon.
Rob was buying. I thought he bought Lufia or something like that. Was it Lufia he bought?
Dean bought Lufia.
Yeah, complete in box.
Dean bought Lufia, the first one, and then Rob bought Harvest Moon complete.
Didn't Rob only buy complete box Super Nintendo games?
His collection is his entire collection is boxed SNES.
RPGs.
No, all of it. He's going for a full CIB SNES collection.
Oy.
Super Nintendo's library the Super Nintendo library isn't that good.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty good, but
I mean, if that's what you collect,
not that good.
Because how many games? What is there? Like 800 Super Nintendo games?
6 something? No, it's 7 something. I think.
To be fair, I don't think any console has a library that is legitimately worth across the board collecting every single game for it.
No, and it's funny. I was thinking about this like. What I keep seeing more and more happening is that the people who say I'm going for complete are the first people out.
Yeah.
Out entirely or out like.
Yeah, they go all in immediately and then they're all out.
Yep. Like, oh yeah, because like even just watching in my like Facebook groups and stuff, the like buy sell trade groups, it's like. There's this. Oh, I'm gonna do GameCube, and they're up to like 400 GameCube titles, and then they're like, I'm changing my mind. It's like, I think you were rushing, and that's why, and you hit a snag or something, or you overextended yourself, trying to hit this goal of getting it, way too quick. Like for me, I was at one point contemplating complete Xbox, and that is totally off the table at this point. There is no need for it. Like I have zero desire to own every Xbox game. In fact, there are probably still ones that are on my shelf that I kind of want to liquidate them because I know I could use the money toward other things. Mm-hmm. But
especially sports titles, probably.
Are there any heavy hitters that you could probably get something good for them? Or
I do. I mean, most of my heavy hitter Xbox stuff's all back here, but I have second shelves. I have 2 rows over there that are, you've got some $10 to $15 titles in there, but
you keep the riffraff separate, is what you're saying.
I keep the the Outlaw Volleyballs and the Playboy the Mansion, and I keep those away from the like. What I would consider the creme de la creme over here.
The guy game and whatnot.
Yeah, the guy game's there. Stop it. Stop that. I mean, I should bring that to a convention and try to trade.
Oh, selling child porn, huh?
It's a trade. It's not a sale.
Oh, okay. That's perfectly fine. I think there's nothing illegal about that.
I don't know. I bought it from somebody.
Yeah, there's stores that still sell it. I see it every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's on eBay, and eBay does have a stance against. They don't seem to stop that one.
Mm-hmm. Maybe because the child porn has to be unlocked by achieving, that it's.
Oh, God. There are too many wrong places you can go with that line. I'm not even going to touch anything.
Yeah. Anyways, on that note,
yeah,
I mean, like Rob is always willing to like trade. So if I ever decided like those 40-something Xbox, no, it's more than that I have over there. If I decided I didn't want them anymore, I could walk up there and be like, I'm going to give you all these and give me a number, and then let's rifle through all of your bins. That picture of the heavy hitters that he had after that convention that I missed, he had only Bubble Bobble 2 left.
Ooh.
Everything else sold.
I do kind of really want that game. I really love the first Bubble Bobble.
I can't remember what he was asking for it.
I think he wanted 260. I think if I remember your picture correctly, I think because I showed it to my buddy Brad.
Right. It was
my buddy Brad wanted
like in the 300 range.
Yeah,
it's Chippendale 2 or no?
Chippendale 2 I think was 260 actually. Now that I think about it, I don't know. It's been a while.
It might have been in the 3.
I know somebody who wanted DuckTales 2 if he had it, but apparently it sounds like it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Mega Man 3's gone. Yeah. But he does well. I mean, there's his pictures. So, as much as I don't want to just broadcast his collection, like this is his main shelf. And that's all the... But up at the top, he's got... Oh, scroll down.
Whose is that?
This is my friend Rob, who I've done a couple of big trades with.
The guy that's... okay, yeah.
He runs the shop. And then he's got this on his computer. That PlayStation sign's pretty awesome. He actually brought that to sell, and then it didn't sell, so he's like, okay, it hasn't sold, I'm going to keep it. And, yeah. But yeah,
I did my best. It's mine now.
Like a complete... What's that?
I did my best to get rid of it. It's mine now.
I mean, I think that's... To some extent, I think that's fair.
Yeah. I wasn't saying it was wrong. I was just making a joke.
But I think he can kind of say, okay, I've sold this much, and so now I'm going to call the rest mine. Or like, I will take X amount out of my sales and...
keep the cool thing.
That's right. Right.
Where's his shop at?
He actually, it's online only right now. He is looking at doing a... he wants to do a physical shop, but he needs to find the right space for it. Because he wants to offer more than just a game shop. He wants to have it be like a social gathering place and to have rotating arcade units and like stations to, hourly rental type thing. So you could have people come in and basically play the inventory, even though the inventory still is there for sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty good idea, because otherwise you're just, if you don't have those games being played, they are just, I mean, they're effectively a few days away from being waste,
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. But so I told him whenever that time comes, like I would gladly donate a day out of my week or a night out of my week to help run the shop or to help just sort of be there and promote the brand and stuff like that. He takes care of people who help him out, which is obviously why I don't have a problem going back to him and doing trades.
Actually, just out of curiosity, I don't remember what the last opportunity I had to ask this question was, and I missed it. But like when game shops came up, what would you say like the starting inventory, like a good amount of games to have for a shop would be, online or physical? I'm just curious because that's something I'm interested in maybe doing, but I'm not gonna go full on into that. But I'm just curious. I've got like 100 games built up, just from purging and picking up cheap titles.
So let me just... He gave me Google access, access to his Google Doc that has what he was bringing to this convention.
Okay.
And let's see. got to subtract some of the stuff that's not. So we have 341 manuals, just generic manuals across the board. So if you subtract that and the amiibo.
Yeah. I'm just saying, what's like a number of games to have like get up to here and then open shop?
Yeah. So for the convention that he set up, or the convention that he was selling at, he had just under 3,000 items on his tables.
So that's less than a shop.
Close to 29K worth of value. Now the thing is he has so many people looking for him. He's got, all his friends, even in some of the sale groups, like the moment there's something that's up his alley, if it's a huge lot or something, like he'll get tagged in all of those things almost immediately, and he can move on it, and he can move on it really quickly, which is impressive. But it's funny because one of my friends, one of the guys I know, Ben, who he'll find a lot that has some things that he wants. He'll tell Rob about it. Rob will go pick up the lot, and then Ben will get a discount on the item that he would have just said. Instead of him saying to the guy, "Oh, well, could I just have these two?" He'll have Rob help facilitate the entire. So it gets Rob inventory, and then it helps him get what he wants a little bit less than what he would have spent.
Yeah.
Super sneaky. But yeah, he had at that show, he had 757 NES games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many walked back with? What?
Not unique ones, but yeah. Can't remember. He has does a pretty good job inventorying this stuff.
So basically, we've got a ways to go even to open an online shop.
Well, I mean,
I would say you would need at least a couple hundred games for every console. If you.
Okay.
And there's some that he doesn't cater to. Like there's not a lot of Master System around here.
Yeah.
You're not going to have Turbo.
I would say you want to have at least probably a couple thousand games, and probably like at least a variety of every console if you can. It doesn't have to be 100 games, but even the idea. I mean, I think that's why the Carney likes to buy like the cheap games, because they're gonna sell. People. Some guy who's waiting next to me. My buddy was messaging me because they had Thunder and Lightning for the NES, and he really wanted that game. And he got for $8, which is a pretty decent price because mostly goes for like $11 to $15. So he's like, pick that up.
Thunder and Lightning. I am not familiar with this game.
Yeah, no idea.
It's kind of.
I can check a certain NES guidebook, but
yeah, my buddy really likes it. He wanted it, so I picked it up for him. He's been looking for it for a while. He wanted like that in Popeye, but Popeye was gone already. But no, there's some guy picking up an NES, and he was buying up all the commons. He was buying up and some cheap games to just try out. So he's buying your Contra, you're buying Mega Man 3, he's buying Mario Brothers 3, and then he's taking a couple like whatever cheap $5 games because he's like, oh, I'm starting this collection now. So that's the reason the Carney's got like a lot of cheap, anywhere between $5 to $10 NES games in his glass cabinet. And he's probably got about, I want to say probably about 400 to 500 in there basically. And there's a lot of doubles in there, but that's because they will sell. Like those games that I traded in, the ones I traded in for trade bait, they're gone already. So
that's like one of those things where if you see like a $100 game behind the counter in a shop, and you bring like a crap ton of commons and trade for that, it's like, yes, I can sell those much faster than this.
Oh yeah. He's told me before, he goes like, I would gladly trade because someone sold him a not for resale Majora's Mask basically. And I forgot how expensive that was, but he goes, I'll gladly take 100 Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunts for it basically, because he goes, I will sell those way faster than I sell this game. So
that game is going to collect dust.
Because there's only like a few unique people who want that. as opposed to the hundreds of people just walking in to buy a Nintendo will buy a Mario Duck Hunt.
Yeah, and you probably sell, if you've got a relatively popular shop, 100 Mario Duck Hunts, that'll probably take less than a year to sell.
He gets a line now too when he posts on his Facebook page. He's like, just got a big lot, because he's doing probably what Rob's doing, where he's hard to compete with around here now. Like to beat him, because he will tell people, I got a shop, come to my shop. And like I said, he's really cool. If you work out a deal on Craigslist for an expensive game, you can come to his shop in public, inside the shop, where it's welcoming, and do your trade or exchange in a shop. He's more than welcoming. He's not like some of the other stores around here where you got to take that outside. If you want to be more comfortable in public with people, basically come to the shop and do it.
This is a safe space.
Yeah, this is a safe space to do that kind of thing. But he's also trying to, like I said, get anyone who puts up a lot. He's trying to work a trade. He's done things where like he'll sell like a MAME cabinet for somebody's Super Nintendo collection, basically. So he's got arcade cabinets for trade and sale in there. So he's always working, because he knows he'll flip that on like we'll do like, this is my, every 2 weeks he tries to put up another big push out to the store saying, this is my big pickups this week. He had a lot of heavy hitters there this last weekend. And after there was a line, I showed up right at noon when he opened on Saturday, and he had probably about 30 people waiting in line to get in there at noon to buy some of those heavy hitter Super Nintendo and NES games. So that's the thing. I went straight to the Sega section because I wanted that Wonder Boy. Yeah, and then after an hour, I finally was able to check out because the line was long. But I guess
we'll need to hit up that shop when I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably set aside money just specifically to go to that shop. So that
you know what you should do is, because you follow Facebook pages, I'll give you his name, and then like I said, like you will see if there's something that weekend you're coming up that you know that you can hit up his store, basically, because he'll be open Saturday and Sunday, and he does extended hours too. That day, like he stayed up to midnight, open to midnight, I think, those days of the convention, because people just kept coming in. So, but cool. he normally closes at 6 o'clock. So, like if you want his name, I recommend it, just so you can see like what he got in that week, basically, because he puts in everything that came in for a big lot pickup. So, because people just trade in their collections.
He like exclusively video games, or is he's a resale shop, or?
He likes to sell collectibles. So
it's a collectible shop. Okay.
Yeah, collectible
shop. I was just trying to get the scope of what he,
He's got a magazine rack where he's got like vintage video game magazines, and he's got old wrestling magazines from like the 80s. And he's got your, like I said, your toy section where you're going to find your retro toys and whatnot in there. And I really would love to get that Elvira, I think, Coors Light cutout, because I remember watching Elvira at my grandma's house when my parents did their bowling night, and I always thought she was pretty cool. So, I mean, as a kid, like she was playing crappy horror movies and she had huge knockers. So I was like, it's one of those things basically. It's like,
Oh yeah, I was in love with her, man.
Oh yeah, I love Elvira. I think I think anytime she makes like a guest appearance on a show, I'm usually gonna watch it. So, no, like I would love to get that like Coors Light cut out, where it's like her and the Wolfman or something like that, because I remember seeing that in the stores too. So.
Did you guys ever watch Svengoolie?
What's that?
Oh, that was like a Chicago thing.
I remember, but I think I was just a little too young. That was on like WGN, wasn't it?
On it was either I think it was either Friday or Saturday nights, but it was like a male Elvira type show. But he dressed like Alice Cooper, and he was more kind of he tried to do like some comedy in there too. But
I remember it. I don't remember actually watching it.
Yeah,
like once Night Court was done when I was a kid. It was time to go.
Was Night Court on Saturdays? I can't remember on Sundays.
Oh, at some point it got syndicated, and it was on all the time.
That was a good times. I like Night Court.
I have a feeling I missed that whole like bad horror movie show era or something.
I remember Elvira being. I didn't have cable, but I remember them putting it on like basic television on Saturday nights, like reruns of her. I think she had a show maybe on TBS. I want to say
it was TBS Up All Night.
Yeah, and I remember seeing it on like I think Channel 18. They did reruns, especially around Halloween for at least October or something like that. That they would show maybe it was the previous year, but she was just playing terrible back-to-back, creature features or something like that. And then she'd come back during the commercial breaks and make like some boob jokes and whatnot, and then go back to the flick. So
I either missed it or didn't care.
I think they put them on VHS or DVD or something like that. And if I ever saw them, I probably would pick them. But I ain't getting an Elvira tattoo, but I would probably buy like her T-shirts or something like that. Oh, that was cool. I don't like. I also don't like. Like I saw like the Carney had a poster of her too, like in like lingerie. I'm like, that's not the Elvira I like personally. Like it's like it's like a very like it's from one of her movies I think too or something like that. Like where she gets in like a bikini or lingerie or something like that. And I'm like, that's not the Elvira. Like I like the classic dress. So
the black dress.
Looking through all the Elviras of like good, too far.
But yeah, it's kind of like I always liked her that certain way basically. So that is the like too far. You are wearing a wig after all, But I don't know. Anyways, he's got a cool shop, Musty. If you want to follow his Facebook page, I'll take it to you or something like that. So, but like I said, check it there. That way, if there's something going on at his shop, more than likely there will be convention week. You can see what's going to go on, what the sales are going to be. So,
yeah, because won't be the only person who's got eyes on that, right?
Yeah. No, like I feel I missed out on he had a complete Wacky Racers cartoon DVD set, which is a cartoon I love growing up, and he sold to my buddy for $4. My buddy who got the Bucky O'Hare last year.
Okay.
He got. I'm like,
Still
I was like,
so that was.
Well, that was very misleading because that only explains why it was in there for the convention was open for like 4 hours, and he got it for $35 because the label was torn. And he's like, "Come on, buddy, $135." He goes, "Well, that's not $135. That's $35." He's like, "I will gladly pay that." It's like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one where you caught. I think people at the convention slipping where you could see where you would think it would be. It was just like a line for the double S for the dollar sign. It was like it extended past the S, so people thought it was an extra one in front of it. So
yeah, so just mislabel in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
I missed out on a Felix at Portland under similar circumstances. Part of it was because I was staring at it, but he was already talking to some other guy. I could have just grabbed it, but all of a sudden the guy turns and then points at it, and I'm just like, "Are you serious?
Put it down!"
I was like, "Yeah," but at that point I can't be like, "I was staring at that." Like,
put the cookie down.
I called dibs.
Yeah, and funny, it's later on. It was a friend of one of the guys that ended up saying hi to Dean and us as he was leaving. Retro Robbie, I think his name is. But I was like, so now I know. It's like if you see it, and it's not behind a glass case, either start pointing at it so you're like, this is mine, so that you don't get that to happen to you. But
I'm trying to work out a trade right now before the convention because I know somebody who got into retro gaming recently. And now he's already getting out of buying NES games because he bought the NES Mini and he knows how to hack it. So you get all like 700 and whatever games for it now. He's like, he looked at it, he goes, I don't need to buy these anymore. I'll buy other stuff. So he's got a, Metal Storm. He's got a Felix and everything. So I'm trying to get those games off him because he goes, oh yeah, we'll work something out. So I'm trying to like negotiate. I think he was just going to give me the Felix and I'm like, no, let me let me just see if we can work something out here because I don't want to take, these two pricey things off your hand for nothing. So if I can help,
Felix.
well, if I need a Felix too. If I can get, but I know the Felix isn't in the best condition. But if I can get it at a really good price, I'll take it. So, like I said,
like what Mars would call not a real collector.
Yeah, he got in.
I'm no condition snob. Like,
no, I meant the selling the NES games because he got a mini. I'm just making a joke.
And I think it's because he doesn't have a CRT and he doesn't plan to get a CRT. So I think he's fine with doing the whole emulation, and this is close enough. You're playing with the controller. That's close enough. I think he looked at why am I spending $100 on a game when, granted, he was doing. He works in hospitals, so he gets a lot of like used copper material for free because they just throw it out. So they allow him to take it, and he just goes to a recycle plant and then uses that money to buy retro games. So he's not really paying out of pocket. He's paying for it, but he's not paying out of pocket.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about starting to do like the can redemption thing again, just to, bolster. It'll add up.
You mean like just going in and doing a bottle recycle thing for cans rather than just putting them out on recycle day?
Right.
He's talking
not
about
like hunting down other people's. He's
not
not being one of those can people.
He's talking about renting out a United States postal truck and driving it to Michigan where it's 10 cents a can,
but I was on the same page rather than assuming you were.
That's what I mean. Is like instead of just recycling my cans to actually in the bin at the house to take them to a can redemption place and get the 5 cents a piece that I'm owed.
Yeah.
Well, that I've already paid because it's incorporated into our price.
Just getting it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never just put the cans out for recycle. I always go take them in. But I've been really lazy, so I've got a crap ton of cans in my garage that I just need to go take in. It's like, this has gone too far.
I mean, it's the equivalent of having a change jar or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's not going to hurt me just to take these in, and it's like, it all goes into the trade.
Mm-hmm.
I would literally, like, when I was going out to do a thrift run, I'd be like, hey, grab a bag of cans, hit the recycle shop, and that helps me.
Yeah.
Like, on my way, because it's just walking distance. Anyway, go ahead, if I was interrupting you.
It's like going to Coinstar and unloading that Ziploc bag full of pennies. It's like, you have $33. It's like, awesome.
Yeah, except the cans are worth more.
And take up more space.
Yeah. But they're also
I need to start doing that because then I can put less out on the street. Unfortunately, tomorrow is a recycling day, so I'm probably going to just put it out tomorrow.
Yeah, or
I can go sort it now before I go to bed. That'd be great.
Or just don't put it out and sort it when you can.
No, there's other things that need to go.
Whatever. Whatever you want to do.
No. Creative solutions to financial funding of collections.
Yeah. It's just like, why not do it? Because it's like, you can save whatever you're going to get. It's better than not saving anything.
Well, that's the thing is like, if you think about it, like all of us have that one collection where it's like, if I just went and sold all this right now, like I'd be fine with it. It's just a matter of pulling the trigger on something like that. That's, like I feel for what Mark's going through. Like that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know if the Retro Pi is. I don't have one. I only fear because you'd be hooking it up to an LED TV that there's got to be at least some bit of lag.
I mean, I don't know the software. I'm not going to pretend that I.
Yeah. I mean,
all knowledgeable on that, but
if I were him, because I think he has like a CRT still, is I would just get your Rever drives or something like that, and then sell all the games.
Keeping the consoles, yeah. I mean, if he liquidates what he's got, he'll have more than enough to cover the EverDrives. Like,
Oh.
That's a good point.
And from what I hear, most of them are pretty good. I mean, so like the
Yeah,
retro
you can
USB
find-
one I hear is pretty good. The power pack.
I don't know which one that is. I just know the ones from like Stone Age.
It's the power pack is the one that Pat always uses when the game doesn't work in the convention or on the marathon. He puts in the power pack.
Okay.
Like, I know for a fact he was playing that baby boomer, where you shoot with a light gun. He was playing it through the power pack because his baby boomer stopped working. So, and so light gun games work on through it. So, like, I don't know. That's kind of gets me leaning towards. If I was gonna buy one, I would kind of probably lean towards Retro USB. Their power packs, their stuff. I think at least for the reproductions are pretty decent.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
When you mentioned the collection you just sell immediately if you had the options, my mind immediately went to that. I don't intend to keep bringing this up, but I just do. Is that GameCube cable? It's like if someone offered me decent value on that, it's like, yeah, there you go. I paid $1 for it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is, at least if you keep track of those things, you can know what you're
willing to get rid of.
You're getting out of it.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there any other full collection?
Like making that sale the day before the third-party cable gets announced is your win.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know if there's an actual collection I can just go buy, just all encompassing.
And what Yoshi was talking about, what that HDMI mod for the GameCube. Is that any good? That's the thing. It's like, I know those GameCube cables are great.
Yep.
But if you want a cheap option, buy the Wii that's backwards compatible with GameCube.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
Which is why I haven't been using that cable. But here's the thing: now I've got a Wii U which plays Wii games, so it's like, why do I have the Wii hooked up? I can just hook up the GameCube with the big ass cable. I need to do that just because of spacing and weirdness. I've got a whole bunch of consoles on one unit, and it's just really cable nightmare.
Well, I know you can what's called with the Wii. If you put Homebrew on, you can put like any GameCube game you want on it too, so you don't have to worry about paying for it. You just download the ISO and just put it right on there. Because I think the Smash community is like that, where so people don't have to pay $100 for Melee. They just download the ISO for Melee and just put it, save it to the SD in the Wii and go from there.
If I had a spare Wii, I'd probably do that because knowing myself, I would probably fuck it up.
I was contemplating soft mod.
Because you put all the games on a USB drive too, I believe. And just plug it right in there. At least I saw some YouTube videos where people were like, "Yep, I have the whole complete GameCube, right here on this SD." So.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm getting close to being done here. I don't know about you guys too.
Yeah, it's close to midnight right here, so I'm ready to leave myself.
Okay. I think we'll wrap it.
Talk to you next week.
Yeah, actually, just before, since I didn't get to mention it, is the funny story about the Tengen Tetris. It's a short story. I mentioned it and I never said it, so I'll just get that out of the way before we end. It's just that I went to a Value Village with a friend one time, and I didn't know anything about Tengen Tetris, but he was looking through the NES games that were at this Value Village, and he's like, "Oh, Tengen Tetris," and he didn't know really what it was worth either, so he had already grabbed a bunch of stuff. So he's like, screw it, I'll go home and look it up. And he left Tengen Tetris on the shelf. Like, he gets home and he's like, it's $80 freaking. He goes back the next day and it's gone.
Yeah.
So it's like, take the shot if you're not sure on games like that. But I continue to laugh at that. Just at my friend's misfortune. I'm an ass. Anyway,
man, it's good to talk to you, buddy. You're always welcome on the Hangout anytime too.
Right.
Yep. All right. I think I'm gonna call it.
Yep.
See you later.
All right.